There we go. Look at that. It's beautiful. So, yeah, I will let Ash just, like, introduce everything and get straight into it, but,
And also a new stop goal.
Shut up. I've just passed the point of giving a shit anymore. For some of the newer people, like Kebeben and Pichu. Hello, dudes. Just to let people know, we are down a person tonight, but that's just because they're going on holiday tomorrow, and that's Carl, with his little and stuff, so obviously he's packing everything and stuff, so we will be down at least to Gabriel, although he did say try and come in.
Yeah.
In
the session will be for Carl.
Yeah, for Carl. And in the meantime, everyone that speaks, you'll notice the names of the character comes up on the left. So you'll see we've got Cleric Dan and Paladin Dave. We've got DM, who is not a player. Shocking, I know.
That didn't take long.
Nope.
Was that about 5, 6?
Thank you, Ben, for the 5. You sucks, you fuck. Rose is playing Lovey, and
looks like the bar's broken too.
Oh, is the bar broken? Wait,
the bar did not go.
Wait, what the fuck?
Bar never works.
What the fuck? So to connect everyone's names to the faces, who is all playing? So you've got me. I'm playing.
I'm the DM.
That is the DM. Dave, you want to speak?
Which Dave?
You!
It's Paladin Dave.
Wait, we decided last week that you guys can't be Dave and Dave anymore. It's confusing us. Especially seeing as originally you were Cleric Dan. Like, we're confused.
It's Dave now.
Your name still stays Dave. Yep.
No, it'll get changed. We need to go to the deed poll office. Do you not know about this? Like, if you want to change a character's name,
yeah.
legit.
Welcome to the Adam D poll.
Oh no.
And then obviously Rose, who you can also hear, is Lovey.
Hello.
And then we've got Michael, who is Flintshire.
Hiya.
Is Fib not playing? No, Kebeben, Fib doesn't play in either of the D&Ds that I host, unfortunately. That's just because of his schedule in and stuff. He physically can't make it, although I do intend to probably snag him for a one-shot or two on a Saturdays.
Just give him a good old grab and get him in.
Yeah. And so, Jacob, so what it is, I've set a goal of 50 subs. If in 30 days I get 50 subs of any kind, I am going to put on the Teespring store only Dan t-shirts.
I could perhaps sweeten the deal, but I'll see how the subs go further down the line.
And I'll purposely make them as cheap as the site will physically allow me. Which I think is then just basically at cost, so it's just whatever it covers to make it. Yeah, no, that's the hope, Kebeben. We'll try and get Fib in for a guest one-shot. But tonight, it is the adventures of Gorgor and friends. Many friends, in fact. We are in the town of Aylesbury. We're currently looking into a bit of Gorgor features with some of the side stuff around. And I'll let Ash take over. I will try and limit how much I talk verbally, but I'll be typing in chat because obviously I don't want to interrupt people and let everything play out. So on that note, Ash.
So, starting off, as Danny mentioned, we are in the town of Aylesbury, which is... Okay, Liam shows Gorgor some love with his greatsword, got it.
What?
I don't know, that's just...
I mean,
that's what he says.
Why is he attacking you?
I don't even know why.
I don't even fucking know. Why you hit me, Dave? That fucking hurt.
I know that ages ago I was hitting the air.
That fucking hurt.
Oh my god! I also wonder why his leg is low. Oh my god!
But anyway, aside from that part, They're in the town of Aylesbury, which is basically a roadside town. It kind of was one of those, like, some retired adventurers founded their own tavern in the middle of nowhere because they were partially just sick of how long the walk was. And slowly merchants set up around it, and the whole town just kind of sprung up around this one town or this one, like, tavern that was just kind of a convenient pit stop at one point. From the mix of just minor adventure fame, the convenience of now it's a crossroads town, etc., and it's just slowly become bustling. It's not a huge city or anything. It's not really heavily governed, but it exists. It's established. It's a town. Now this town has been having some weird air about it. Not literally, but just kind of overall the mood has been a bit more depressed and dour. There's been a bit of a heavier fog rolling around. Weather's been a bit poor. Crops have been a bit poor. No one thing, but it's just not outstanding here at the moment. Everyone does still seem to be just going about their business like usual, just a bit less colorfully. And apparently there were sightings of large winged creature flying about, humanoid. The party just been kind of given that information to do with as they pleased. As a, hey, if you're there, if you see anything, let us know, deal with it if you want to. Take it as you will. And then where we last ended the session was Gorgor had gone looking for Daimburt, found a kind of meeting place with them, gotten that set up, and then on his way out, he bumped into a wizard and some companions of the wizards, and they had a conversation, and then Gorgor went about his business, and that's where we last left off.
Yeah. Well, if we're going to be attending the people for some food later, then surely we should go and get something, because it's good sometimes that if you turn up with food to give them as well.
Isn't it that you're meant to bring alcohol, Gorgor, usually? Like wine or something? If you're turning up to a dinner party.
Oh, shall we go and get wine then? Because we can go and get the drinks then for the food.
Oh, I just mean, I think you're right. When back home, when they used to, like fancy things, that I'd see people turning up to the house with wine, or extravagant gifts.
Well, do you know anywhere where we can get wine then? Holy
do we get
fuck.
wine, or do we?
I'm thinking it's depending on exactly what you're wanting to happen out of the meeting is how much you get. If it's just a friendly thing, you get food. If it's very friendly, you get wine. If you're expecting something out of it, you get them something expensive.
Okay.
Well, the wizards, right? That's what they are. Why don't we get them paper and ink? It is expensive, but they're wizards. That's all that wizards want is expensive paper and ink, right?
Well, I've never needed paper or ink, but if you're sure, then we can buy paper and ink.
Well, isn't it a thing that they do though? Like I've heard stories about spellcasters. I mean, there wasn't many of us in my area, as you know, but where they would, to learn new spells and abilities, they'd write it down with expensive paper and ink, like magical stuff.
Okay, yeah, we can
so that they can learn new spells.
Well, maybe I'm just like some special wizard that don't need it, because I've never had to use it. So we can go and get some and then see if they like it, and then hopefully then that gets us something cool. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. And then you can learn. Wait, whilst we're making you learn to read, we can show you how to write, and then you can record new spells.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, like how well do you want this to go, Gorgor? Are you planning to... How do I put this in the nicest possible way? Are you planning to kill them all?
No.
Cool, because you did that to your last wizard friend, right? To the one that you stole the... You did?
No.
He died. That's how he got his stuff.
The last wizard friend that he went to go and meet fixed his problem. Well, actually, no, I don't
I
know
got
that.
the book. I got the book from someone who came into the village to hurt us with his friends. And I found the book, and that's how I became a wizard.
Yeah, but if remember me correctly, your original wizard friend, the one at the very, very, very beginning who came in to try and hurt your village, you killed him, right? Well, you might not have, but
I didn't
your
know,
village.
but yeah.
Okay.
And
I just mean
And-
that we're not going to be walking into a bloodbath, if that makes sense.
Why would we?
I was just clarifying. We're very trigger happy in this group. Like, literally, we walk in somewhere and usually it ends in slight
I'm-
disaster.
I'd say I'm the only
Sorry,
one
Flint?
that uses a crossbow. And I tend to fire after everyone else starts to fight.
I'm sorry, I was using trigger happy as an analogy for the fact that we all seem to immediately jump to a negative conclusion and start getting aggy. Does that make sense?
Really?
Well, no,
You did?
because these
You did?
these people are usually the ones that help me get stronger, and the last couple people that I've spoken to through the book that I've found have been really nice, and they've helped me get things and become stronger.
So, just so I understand correctly, because Flynn, obviously, you're supporting this, people aren't aggressive towards spellcasters here. I'm starting to get that impression really strongly. Like, they're kind of almost celebrated. Is that correct? Like, magic isn't bad.
Not bad, depends on how you use it.
Oh. Good to know. So we're not going to murder everybody then. I mean, I wasn't excluding myself from the getting aggy because usually I'm the first one to get a little aggy. I wasn't saying that, it's not always me as well. Was Flynn here for when I hit the cat with a stick? I mean, the
Yeah.
manticore, yeah, but you know what I mean.
I did
It got
see
described
that.
as a cat.
Yes, I did see that.
I did? Okay, cool.
Uh-huh. Right, so we'll just need to make sure that we stay away from any pets they might have, and
Mhm.
as long as they don't attack, as long as these wizards don't attack us first, I think we're good.
I will suggest as well that we try to use. If we are going to get into somebody else's house, we don't go sneaking about and using magic to try and test their shit. They will know. They're magic users. They'll know when someone's doing it. And I'll look directly at Cleric Dave.
Dave?
Dive.
Cleric Dave?
What, Dave?
Dave.
She got 2/3 of the way saying Dan and then changed it to Dave.
It just said it's incredibly Aussie.
Look,
Oh, I thought
sometimes
orcs were
sound
just Australian in this universe. Like, same way Danny has French elves, I thought orcs were just Australians.
French elves, Italian cats, and now fucking Australian orcs.
Australian orcs.
Oh, fucking hell.
Australian orcs.
I thought that. No, I thought that. If anything, I thought that was New Zealand.
What, half orcs?
No,
Who's
orcs, half orcs.
orcs?
Oh, where was Lord of the Rings shot?
I
Oh,
don't
New Zealand,
fucking
okay,
know.
I get it. Danny doesn't watch movies.
I, know,
Yeah,
I figured that Danny wouldn't know, but I expected you to.
Well, it was a bit of a stretch. I'll admit it.
Really?
Like, I was thinking in Danny's world, I was trying to go through like my mental memory bank of Danny's characters and accents, and I was coming up stumped for why it was New Zealand. But anyway, hey, if anybody's playing half orc in another campaign or an orc in another campaign, make them Australian or New Zealand. What would you call it then? I don't know.
Kiwis, New Zealand.
Kiwis. I did think something like that, but I didn't want to say in case it was wrong. Yeah, I just mean Cleric Dave. If you would keep your nose out of the wizard's shit. Got it?
If I must. Well, you said I was
Yes, you
going to in the first place.
Because literally every time we go anywhere, you basically have to know every single thing, which I do understand, and it's a curiosity and is an admirable trait. But still, they're magic users. They might get a bit uppity about you like trying to detect their stuff. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
I'm not that stupid to go around it to a wizard's belongings. I know for a fact that they'll be trapped anyway.
Also, he'd possibly be blinded from the amount of magic.
Exactly.
Yeah. I feel like I should have left it now just to see if that would actually happen, because I kind of want to do an insight check to see if he'd actually not do it if I hadn't have suggested it. But I'm going to leave it because that's what friends do. They don't always call you on your bullshit. Anyway, so shall we go get some wine? Like, how good do you want this to go?
Well, oh, like the best thing to ever think.
Which would be?
Like, I don't know, like, we're really, really good.
So do you want to be friends with them, or do you want this to be a business relationship or a relationship, or do you want this to be just like, oh, you leave us alone, we leave you alone? Like,
Well, I want
what
it to be that, like, that Daimburt will help me get stronger and then learn new cool things, like before.
Is there a magic shop in town, DM? Can we see anything? Like, from where we are, is there like a marketplace?
You guys did see kind of a general marketplace where around the tavern, partially mentioned, but it obviously didn't clarify magic shop. That was the initial setup around. So like the center of the town is like the tavern that's just like this big ornate elaborate tavern. And then kind of like in a ring around the tavern is almost the merchant quarter instead of like one direction. It's just like a ring of like little setup shops, a few buildings, kind of haphazardly, not really city planned, just like someone came in with money and material and put a shop here. So if you wanted to look around, I'm sure you could find at least a couple magic shops, especially considering the clientele they'd be intending to cater towards.
Yeah, shall we head to them? Sorry?
I was
Sorry,
gonna say
Ash,
if you narrowed down what details on magic shop, I could probably point you in more specified direction, but there's a few.
Well, I think it's up to you, Gorgor. Like, do you have money?
I got money. I got some. Yeah.
How much money do you have?
I will just hand you my coin pouch to have a look at. I got that much.
Okay.
And you will see inside there is 63 gold, 70 silver, and 30 copper.
Sorry, what was that again? Sorry?
63 gold, 70 silver, and 30 copper.
Right, okay.
Oh, I got some, but I did. The problem was I bought the cloaks, and that took a lot of my money. And then that girl rubbed herself on me for money as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay.
Well, you remember she taught me how to make things with metal because of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I remember. I just would maybe watch how you say that.
She rubbed herself off on you and taught you how to hammer.
Well, that's what she did, though, right?
Whilst leaving your hand covered in goo. Her goo, specifically.
But what's wrong with that, though? Because that's what she did.
You guys were swirling around saying it, so I might as well just...
Michael, I'm so happy it was you and Ash that brought to attention rather than Liam and myself. So
I just love Danny's reaction to it.
Dear.
Like I wanted to leave it, I wanted to pout at it, but Danny's reaction was too funny to not just egg it on.
Danny said it, and I went, "The fuck." Oh, yeah, now I remember.
Yeah, now you remember. Yeah.
We all did the same. We all went, huh?
Oh, yeah.
So I think we've just established that Gorgor has had no game his entire life, but never mind. Moving on.
Unless you want to figure out how he was cursed in the first place.
Maybe they call it something else. Like maybe it's not using the same turns of phrase that we use. But anyway, I think you buy what you think is appropriate, Gorgor. Us telling you what to do, it won't mean that it will come from the heart. Do you know what I mean? And if you go too above and beyond, it might weird them out a little bit or give them the wrong impression, or might feel like you don't need help because they might think you already have everything in the bag if you like rock up with a really expensive gift. So I think this might be Flynn's area of expertise, being more of a. You were with an adventuring party before, right?
Yeah, I did travel with a group for a bit, yeah.
Well, why don't we then get like a big barrel of beer? Because everyone likes beer, and if we get a lot of it, like a big barrel, then that's really good.
Not everybody likes beer, though.
I haven't met anyone who doesn't like beer.
Yes.
I would. Beer's probably the kind of meal that we're going to. Beer's not exactly the kind of drink they'd want. I think wine, or a very, very fine ale if you were to do so, but wine would probably be the better drink. If you're going for
Okay, yeah, so she'll get like a big barrel of wine. Because like Lavi said, if you get more, then that's better, because then you like it's like. But if we'll have to make sure not to get the biggest barrel, because then like we might not seem like I want help. So we'll get like the second biggest barrel of wine.
If you can't get barrels, you might have to go for just a number of bottles, because the bottles that come normally.
Or why don't you buy one bottle of quite expensive wine? Sometimes quality is better than quantity.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
like
I've never drank wine. Well, do either of you two know what a good wine is?
I'm not as skilled as this other fella I knew quite a few years ago. This Arthur fella.
DM, from working back at the house, would I know what kind of would be classed as a good wine?
There's a few
Do a
good
history check
varieties
or?
of. Yeah, you could roll a history check if you wanted to go hard on it, but.
Could I also attempt to make the check?
Ooh, that's a
knowledge?
no. I didn't spend much time drinking with the lords and ladies.
I'd say from my time just being around, a couple of drinks, meet a few people, would I have come across a couple of wines that I might have remembered are good or half decent?
Sorry, one sec.
Okay.
I actually had to restrain myself from counting then.
No, I apologize. I got like a paragraph of drama in the middle of this, and
Oh, you're trying to like deal with it, sort of thing.
I was trying to figure out how instant it was, but we're gonna keep playing.
You ain't gotta go.
No, I don't gotta go.
Okay.
I'm still here. It was one of those like quick skim reads. Okay, is the world exploding? No, this can be a later problem.
Yeah. No, I get what you mean. Just gauge how important, and then figure it out, like whether you gotta go or whatever.
So
as you were.
Yeah. And so could I also have done the check to try and see if I've come across?
Yeah. You can ask, you can think about it, ask around a little, depending on how you want to do it.
If he's asking around, I will help. I will help ask people for good wine.
Whatever direction Flynn would think to do it.
I would probably kind of go to. I would probably kind of go, like, ask around. Probably ask for like, where. Probably not like for a winery, but somewhere where somewhere where alcohol is sold that's not the tavern kind of thing, and just see if they've got anything that might be. And kind of try and work with them to try and get some decent wine. So would that be sort of a charisma asking around, and then trying to negotiate with whatever I find.
Mm.
Would they be rolling?
Kind of depending on how you're doing it thing, but probably it would be history, unless it would be something, charismatic with.
More on the lines of more on the idea of just like, right, well, we've got to go to this fancy meeting. We don't want to go, we don't want to go underprepared, so we'd like to take something decent, but we don't want to go too overboard. Kind of basically find someone who's selling it and then rely on customer service to try and steer me right.
Yeah. They point you in a couple, obviously the tavern being the main selling point, but there are secondary sellers trying to do other things, and...
Let's see if we get the secondaries to go first, just to see. They might have something a bit rarer in stock, and see what we can get.
Alright, you find one of the secondary sellers. You go in there. Are you looking around their shelves, or are you asking them if they have anything behind the counter? They've got a wide display of just various bottles, a few casks, sizes, shapes.
Yeah, I kind of go with the bottles and stuff. Kind of go around, see if I can't find anything that I can recall as being a good year or something like that, or vintage. So, shall I do a history check to see what I can find first?
Yeah.
Yep. Jesus Christ. The polar opposites.
Hey, Danny.
You're a wine expert too. Fuck, man.
All bards are wine experts.
Yep, all bards are wine experts. It's confirmed. No, what it is, in Michael's campaign, Ash, I rolled a check on wine as Arthur, and nat 20'd it, so I put on my character sheet wine expert. And
yeah, but if you recall correctly, Van double nat 20 looking for snackies.
So
she has on her snack expert.
Oh shit! Yeah, so literally all bards are wine and snack experts, confirmed.
They not only can they host the best parties, they can make sure that the stuff there is quality. It's
stocked. Yeah. Fuck, man. I mean, it makes the most sense. It's better than all barbarians or some bullshit. I forgot about Vian's escapade like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, you do finally find a place that looks a little out of the way, but it still looks really nice. You see all the telltale signs of yes, this place definitely is good. And you're poking around, looking at the shelves. And you're greeted with what you, typically when you're in a store and you get that one person who's you're just I know what I'm looking for, and they come over to be helpful anyway. But somehow you won the lottery, and you got the one sales associate who does want to do her job, and she does want to get the sale. But instead of wasting your time, she's actually trying to help you find what you're looking for. And she's like, look, I think I have what you need. Based on the way you're looking around, I think I know what you need.
That's good.
Just based on looking at what you're looking at, hand of thing. You keep looking at this bottle, not quite right. This bottle, not quite right. And she goes back and she grabs a few different bottles. All right, so price range varies on these, obviously, but we've got some dragon rum, we've got some spiceberry rum, we've got a nice bottle of wine right here. It's actually peach wine. It tastes absolutely outstanding. It's from one of the far western kingdoms. It's got a few other options here. We can sort out whatever you need. This will be the top shelf stuff if that's what you're looking for, at various price ranges. How heady do you want it to be? And we can just...
we're kind of looking to make a good impression, but not at the same time not look like we're going too overboard.
I really want to say the Western peach wine because it tastes delicious, it tastes sweet, it goes down smooth, but it's not going to get you... She kind of just tilts her head a little bit towards like the main tavern where you saw the occasional person like stumble out on their ass, just plastered.
Yeah. It's not gonna get your thing, but it's a good taste.
It's got a good taste. It's got a good palate to it. It does still have a little bit of a bite behind it to get you a little just warm and heady, but it's not gonna leave you out.
Thinking that sounds pretty good.
And considering it's not local to here, but there are it's not a rare tree. There are plenty of orchards. We just do have to get it imported, and we do have to get it aged, obviously. So it's solid few gold, but
It's definitely something. And the
I would recommend this for meeting her parents if that's where you're off to.
It's more a little bit potential business partners, but it still sounds very much like it would be a good first step. And and the others, if you'd have to recommend the others as well.
Some of these, if you wanted to impress, say, your drinking buddies and you wanted everyone off their ass, this would be a fantastic night. And she motions to the spiceberry rum. And this one is more of a memory potion than a drink, if I'm being honest. She kind of gives a small swirl to the dragonberry rum. It's technically alcoholic. There's technically no enchantments on it, but you drink this, you time travel. Sometimes you hear voices from another dimension. Even it's wild.
Right. So, how much are they? So we have an idea to what we're working with.
I'm sorry, I think I've had a little too much to drink myself. I'm still hearing those voices.
So,
Danny.
Well,
I was so tempted to then try and pull oh yes, thank you for the deal. We've already paid for it. Thank you.
oh, is it me?
No,
Is it me?
Yeah, you're hot micing a little bit over.
Give me a sec.
To completely understand, you have background stuff going on. It was more just perfectly timed.
Yeah, I've turned it down. I've turned the tolerance up a little more, and we'll see if it makes a difference.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'd say 5 gold for the peach wine, maybe 7 for the spiceberry, and 10 for the dragon wine. That is, of course, assuming you're getting them standard. If you want them finely aged, you do have a few of those in back, but I assume you would want those more for yourself than for any impression you're trying to make.
That's entirely true, because we don't want to show too much. And how much would just for the sake of it, how much would the aged ones be?
Ooh, easily double. Easily double.
No.
They're quite worth it. I won't say they're not worth it, but
Oh.
if I was buying something for someone else, as long as they enjoy it enough, I might not care to spend double personally.
So what you're saying is if me and my friends are wanting to have having a good night to celebrate, you'd be recommending the spice, and showing off to everyone would be the peach wine.
Yes. And if you wanted to maybe just for today to be tomorrow, I would take the dragon wine.
That's not my suggestion. So I'll kind of turn to everyone else who's probably just been stood around watching as this has been happening.
Well, why don't we just buy Flynn all 3, and then they can if we give them all 3 bottles, and then they can kind of drink what they like.
I was kind of gonna ask actually if we'd got the peach wine, so we could do it for the meal. Could you buy the spice rum for all of us to have later at some point? Because I think that'd be quite nice for us.
Yeah. How much was the spice rum?
What, 6 or 7?
Pretty late.
Yeah, it was 5 for the first, 7 for the middle, and 10 for the last.
So,
and then double if you wanted to buy them in an
okay,
each
so
variant.
I'll
Beer
get.
depending and haggling depending, but
Okay, so I'll get the spice berry rum for us at the 7.
And I'll get the wine for the meal later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The peach one.
Yeah, the peach one.
We don't want to get the time travel drink.
I think that isn't up to everyone else. I would not partake in such a drink, but that is something everybody else might want to think about.
Does anyone else want a time travel drink?
I think it'd be okay, maybe.
Just to skip time, right?
No, it's not so much skip. Well, yes, you'd skip time. Next time you woke up, it would be much later.
Oh, yes.
How much was the skip time
10.
wine? 10. I will purchase a bottle of your finest skip time wine. The Dragon one.
Dragon rum.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dragon rum. That's the one.
I love how it became a skip time wine pretty damn quick. Try saying that 3 times fast.
Just saying
Skip
that 3
time
times
wine,
fast
skip
while
time wine.
drinking it.
Keep going. Keep going.
I'm putting a bottle of skip time wine in my inventory.
Yes. So one bottle of each, and then it's between
Okay.
that.
Total of 22 gold.
Yep, that's
I paid for the 10.
Yep.
yeah. You paid for the 10. I've paid for the 5, which is good because I was only bartering with 6 gold and 8 silver.
I was gonna buy it all, but
I know, but it's a bit of a thing because it's the wine was something you wanted/needed. The spice rum was something I sort of wanted, and I thought we could do a bit of a trade because it's not just for me; it's for all of us.
yeah.
And God, I need to stop because I just accent sponged so much. Then, sorry, I'm back. Right here, so your wine's sorted.
Yeah.
We've got the rum, and she's got the headache in a bottle. I think that's done.
Is
very
it?
well.
Is there anything else that we want to do before tonight? I think Lovey said at the end of last session, like 3 minutes ago, that she wanted us to all go and have a bath.
I think that's something you were saying. Yes, I'm gonna give.
If we are going to somebody's house for a meal, we should be presentable. And we've been running around in forests and running away from T-Rexes, and a slime girl rubbed herself on you. We need to have a bath.
But if I wash her slime off me, though, will I forget how to make metal things?
No, I
Well,
think it's
that's
gone into your skin.
Oh, okay. That's okay then. Oh, I just didn't want to lose my things.
Okay. Whilst that was going, whilst that conversation was sort of being had, a gold's worth of silver is tipped as well.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, okay, so shall we go and find somewhere to go and have a bath then, and then we'll be ready for tonight, and then after we have our meal and we talk to Daimburt, and hopefully Daimburt likes me, we can then go and look at the angel things like the mercenary people wanted us to, and fix the town a little bit so they're not so glum.
Sounds excellent.
So, you wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you, love?
Sorry?
I said love and then realised I'd said love and Lovey was in the party. I was talking to the.
Oh, sorry. I do apologise.
It was fine. I said it and then went, oh, hang on, Lovey's in the party. That's going to get confusing quick.
Yep. Not like I intended for that to happen at all. I didn't actually, but it's.
I'm about to say,
funny.
I think it was the first time I've ever used the word love in that respect. So
It was.
I mean,
So you're chatting to the lady
Yes.
or gentleman
Yes.
in the shop.
Yes, lady in the shop that we still
We're still here.
still haven't left. Yeah, you haven't heard anything about this so-called flying thing over ahead, have you?
Thank you for your purchases. I mean, we obviously have more if you ever want to come back. Yeah, I don't know where it's.
No idea about this so-called creature that's been flying around, possibly causing some problems.
Oh. I mean, I've heard some people talking about that, but given how much alcohol moves through this town, obviously in a good way as well.
We're doing some good for you, isn't it, at the moment?
It's very nicely. I'm very appreciative. Just it's some people have poor self-control. The business is fantastic. The quality is fantastic. Just the self-control on some people, it's hard to know who's saying what.
Mm-hmm. We heard word that there was some large creature flying around that was causing the town some problems. But
I've heard a lot of rumors. I've heard dragons. I've heard angels. I've heard demons. It's very hard to know which rumors to trust. Unfortunately. One day someone was being haunted by a bowl of spaghetti or something. I don't know.
okay, I think I've seen that trick before, but I think that one was a bag.
I'm sorry, it's in my line of work. I do my best to not lend too much credence to rumors, just for my own sanity.
It's probably for the best, but I thought I'd better hope. Better to ask around and then.
Yeah, I'm sure you can find something, and maybe one of them was definitely telling the truth, or maybe there's something behind all of it. For me, it's a lot easier to simply nod and do my job.
Probably for the best.
If there is a monster about town, at the very least, it hasn't really been attacking me or us that we've seen.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for your time and your assistance. And maybe back through to make some more purchases later.
Yeah. Thank you for the drinks and stuff.
Of course. Please do come again if you need anything. If they're good, please definitely buy more.
Okay, we will. We'll be back soon, hopefully, and then Google will kind of turn and leave.
Yeah. So as we leave, also Rose, yeah, I'm a bard, so any game that we can play, I can just say, oh yeah, no, that's part of a story I heard somewhere.
I did wonder. Yeah,
I started it with Arthur, so I thought, yeah, well, fuck it. I'm just going to start doing it. All the other D&D stories, they happen somewhere in my memory.
Yeah, the validity of them is entirely unknown, but you've heard them somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, also, it just shows all of our worlds are interconnected.
Yeah.
Well, no, see, it's like the Flash. Greytail just got so fast at level 20.
He just, that's also
He's now in every universe.
That's what I thought when Danny wrote that. He runs that fast. It's like, oh, that's the Flash. Hang on, if he ran so fast, he ran into another world. Does this mean it's the Supergirl world or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, which universe are we?
Yeah, this is the Supergirl world.
Ah, good. Bollocks, there's Kryptonians around. Oh wait, magic works on Kryptonians. It's fine.
Danny's face is so blank right now.
Yeah, it's because I don't understand. I understand. I understand Supergirl. I understand because that's kryptonite, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's like kryptonite people, Kryptonians.
Yeah.
So I'm imagining like crystal
the
people.
They're from.
I thought that was I thought Crypto was the place.
No, Krypton is the planet that Supergirl, Superman, and all those came from. So
yeah, because I knew they came from a planet, but that was about it. I didn't know what it was called or anything.
I'd say.
Welcome to Danny's D&D stream, where we teach Danny stuff in pop culture.
I know some pop culture. It's just I don't know others. That's all.
I'd say, yeah. Well, we won't continue on the conversation we had.
Can we just find a bath, please?
Little known trivia facts: Kryptons are really into NFTs. They've all got a monkey picture each.
No. Oh dear.
Can we just find a bath, please?
Okay.
Conveniently, and for no explainable reason that most of the party can insight passively, a lot of people seem to be pointing you in the direction of the baths very helpfully. Like, you start walking up to somebody, ask for directions, they just immediately point to the bath.
Oh,
Mhm.
people are helpful.
Either they want to get rid of us and the plot's moving us along, or we really, really smell.
Really smells probably the most appropriate.
Oh, no, they could just read our minds and know what we're going to ask, so they was already being helpful.
That's a
Oh look, there's the baths. Let's go. Before we get into the 25-minute conversation of whether people are reading our minds.
Obviously, we should spend 10 minutes ritual casting Detect Magic to see if they're using telepathy spells to read our minds.
Yep. He just looks up
Oh,
and just sees the looks up and just sees the universe just going, for God's sakes, follow this path.
Hey, no, you guys can do whatever you want. I was more just...
No, I love it.
Yeah.
I get the joke.
But yeah, so we'll go inside and just
Yep.
look for a door to the baths.
Okay, you do eventually find yourself... You do eventually find yourself to the bath.
Mm-hmm.
And upon arrival, you're greeted, you're welcomed. There's 3 different, I'm trying to think of the words, like, just sheet doors, effectively.
Yeah.
Along the back wall, and... Yeah, preferences aside, hello, welcome. I assume, tries to count, 5-ish? 4 of... I don't... you're all kind of... Some of you are... Bath?
Please, yeah, we would all like to get in the bath.
Mm-hmm.
We would like to not stink.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, that'll be 1 gold a head and 2 for the... just 10 gold for the metal man. He doesn't mind paying, right? 20 gold for the metal man.
Oh,
Wait, are you charging extra for Gabriel?
I'm charging extra for the player that couldn't make it today. He's not here to haggle.
Okay, got it. Yes.
Yeah, you guys all agreed that he would definitely pay the 50 gold for a bath, right?
Gabriel hands
Oh,
over
yeah.
30 gold, actually.
I don't have 50 gold, I don't think.
You're not Gabriel.
Just Gabriel specifically.
Okay.
Yes.
1 gold for the rest of you, 50 for Gabriel.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I will hand over my 1 gold piece.
Yes. Same.
1 gold.
I will have
Oh, do you need
hand over my
a
10
gold?
silver.
You said
Oh no, I got enough for the
I wasn't
bath. Will
talking
be okay.
to you. I
At least
was
I'm
on
your
about
gold.
Flynn.
Oh.
I could
Flynn
do with
said-
a... Yes, I could do with a slight loan of 2 silver, please.
Of course.
Yep.
I will give Flynn 2 silver.
Thank you kindly. Right.
Alright.
There's my gold, and I am out of money, people.
Okay, so the meta on this is funny because usually you look after our money every other game.
I know.
Do you
You are the money man.
I spent most of my money getting the goggles of night, so I could
Do
actually
you-
see in the dark.
do you need money, Flynn?
I might need some assistance later until we can get ourselves a job. So.
I will. I'm just gonna Gorgor will go into his pouch and we'll just grab. He'll give you 5 gold. Literally, I just rolled it just to see how much he grabs. He just goes. Oh, there you go.
I thank you very much, and I will repay you when I can.
Okay. Oh yeah, let's go to the baths and let's get all freshened up and stuff.
Do
Alright.
they offer as well a
We-
like a clothes washing service as well?
Oh, yes.
we-
There's special
we-
marked bins in there.
Brilliant.
Typical left, right, and then middle is just anyone, depending on comfort preferences.
Oh, you mean
If you want to go in together, head down the middle. If you'd like a bit more
privacy?
privacy based on comfort, standard left, right as you'd see everywhere else.
Mm-hmm. The one
Okay.
about whether I want to take a bath with you guys.
Okay.
That is literally
I
what
was say,
it is.
I was there confused by left, right, and I was wondering what
Yeah,
you meant by
yeah,
left
no,
and right.
I did as well, but I figured it was just male, female, so.
I think, yeah. At which point I have to ask, which is the standard?
I assume it's an American thing. Don't worry about it.
Well,
Yeah.
no, that was part of the joke. Because they're
Oh.
probably different.
Okay. I thought it was based off something you knew, like that was
Oh
all.
no, rather than giving the oh yes, it's always left and always right in America, it was like, oh no, I'm going to imply that this universe has a left-right standard
yeah,
and not imply which one is which.
I'm with you now.
Okay.
I just assumed it was just some like tidbit of knowledge you had that we didn't, so I just didn't bother asking.
Yeah, I was one of those moments of just like, well, I don't know what the standard is. It's been a long time since I've been
Right.
near anything that requires that. So, yeah,
Either way, Gorgo doesn't give two shits, and we'll just go in the middle one.
Yeah, central.
Which one?
Where is the orgy room, Ben?
I'll go
It's
in
the
the left.
middle.
I rolled to see which one it would be, and I'll just go in the left.
I'll send Paladin Knave after Lovely.
No. No.
Oh dear, no.
That way is privacy.
I do not
I assume
consent
I
to be
very
pushed that
quickly
way.
would tell if there are boys, if there are men or women in the area that I've gone into. I assume I would tell very quickly.
Oh yeah, no, you're good.
You went into the correct one. Whichever way you went was the correct way. Because you went first, so
Yeah,
you
whoever
get
went
picked.
first was the one who got to decide. Unless it was
Look,
Gorgor,
we're
then
not
Gorgor
halfway
decided the
yet.
other way around.
I will go
Wait,
to the-
why? Why?
Because Gorgor would be
'Cause it would be
so
funny.
determined that yes, this is the correct way, and then
And just
you know,
walk into the wrong one by accident. But the thing is,
as well,
Gorgo
like-
seems the type that people wouldn't give a shit. They're just like, oh, he's fucking confused.
Yeah.
Whatever, who gives a shit?
Oh, let's go to
Yeah.
the Paladin bath, please.
that would be that one.
The church. So
It's
you-
the fountain outside the church.
Don't
No,
try and
dude.
confuse.
no
Don't try and
church
confuse
here.
them. If you want privacy, that way. If you don't care, that way. If you want to get slapped, go that way.
I don't want to get slapped, so
That's the one he just doesn't choose.
hmm
We get slapped anyway.
Either way, I'm going that
Mm.
way. Don't cause more trouble. And then
oh,
I will head in.
And Gorgo will leave all his clothes, quote marks, books included, because he's not smart, so just as a dangle for Ash. He's literally
Oh,
putting
another monster
everything in the washing, cleaning basket.
I'm gonna see if I spot that.
Because I'm not clever enough. Like,
10. Do I spot him putting his books in the wash?
I mean, I don't think he's trying to hide this. unless he's
no,
gonna
no,
tell
I'm
me he's
no, I'm
trying to
literally,
hide this.
I just rip the robe off me, dump it in, pull the harness off in some manner or fashion that doesn't break it, and throw it in. Bag, look at it. It's clothes, put it in.
Wait,
Go,
I'm
go.
assuming you're into baths at this point. You're in.
Well,
like,
this is in
past the
this is like the changing room to it, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm guessing this is
Okay.
when he comes to go and throw like his stuff into the get stuff washed bag.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so its left side has like blue marked. Left side of each wall, like when you walk past the curtains, is like blue marked. This is we will wash your stuff. Right side is just cubby holes.
Go. You might want to leave the books and anything that might get damaged, in a separate place, like I'm doing with like the weapons and stuff.
Oh. But I thought, well, don't the book, like the books are in the harness and stuff, and like the bag needs cleaning and things. So
Yes, but the books don't need cleaning, do they?
okay, I will take the books out of the harness and throw the harness back in and cram the books into like kunk kunk crack as I shut the door. Because I'd imagine the books are slightly too awkwardly big. And I'll follow with the bag as well if you suggest that as well, but otherwise he's leaving the bag in there.
Yeah. I'm making sure he's not going to be upset when his books don't,
It was just a thing that I said it initially, and then I'm like, wait, I know what might happen here, and then I thought I'd just point it out for Ash just in case.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm saving it, because
Yeah. So yeah,
Google
will put his bag and his like stuff like in the cubby hole. Clothes in the bin correctly. No, the Flynn's pointed it out.
But yeah, I don't want confused and slightly angry Gorgor raging through this place because they ruined the magic in his books.
Oh, I wasn't. Danny's not worried because they're magical. I was more worried about fucking Pouch going and wandering or something.
I think only one of your books is magical.
They're all magical to Gorgor.
Yeah. But for the sake of...
Oh, I know. It's fair. It's fair.
Let's say this is what I did. This is what I did to Matt when he jumped into the ocean with the very precious diary of everything you need to know. And he was just like, "Oh yeah, I forgot to secure that." Well, shit.
So yeah, Gorgor will put away the stuff that can get damaged, or the Flynn child will be like, yeah, you don't want to put that in there, like pouches and stuff. I'd imagine it'll take a few minutes of Gorgor, like, no, and then eventually they'll end up in the baths and Gorgor will have a time.
I saved the book. I saved the books. I don't anything else. It's just I saved the books.
Oh well, okay then. So just so you know, Ash, if you go into my Roll20, everything bar the books is in the basket.
Beautiful, fantastic to know.
Yep. Because I'd imagine all the other like knickknacks that Gorgor has in his inventory are in his backpack, which got put in there because backpack's dirty too. Even a backpack needs a good cleaning.
Otherwise, yeah, I put my stuff away secured and then go and bathe.
Same.
Yeah, okay. Good to know. But yeah, so back to just quick description while you guys are setting up. Right side is cubby holes of like put your shit here if you don't want it washed. Left side is baskets of shit here to get washed. And then other side there's a little like you then have the compartmental like second curtain.
Mm-hmm.
And then other side is a stretch of showers with a giant tub at the end, and the tub is technically connected across the 3 rooms. There's a divider across.
Yeah, there's like space to let the water through, but itself's blocked off. Yeah.
And then so you've got effectively showers, and like I mean, showers being very polite with the term, but stools with buckets and running water source and heat source.
Sounds pretty swanky.
Yeah,
Gorgor will just get in like the bath and just splish splash, have a chill. Yeah.
Now she was taking a bath.
Literally, that's what he's doing.
Yep.
Alright, anyone else doing anything in particular, or?
I'm just having a nice bath.
Not having a good splash about.
No, I'll just have a nice bath, a normal bath.
I took a bucket over Paladin's head.
Oh.
This was just thinking like, I don't have to go under the water now. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My hair has been washed.
Yeah, we need a good washing, you do.
Mm-hmm. I'm always
quick
a clean
question.
boy.
Need to identify this. You're a Minotaur, right?
Yeah.
Do you have hair? Or are you just like,
I'd have
thin
fur.
kind of like leather fur?
My
already,
head
yeah.
fur is my hair.
Oh. Okay. I just had this idea that he's got like a ponytail for some reason.
I can see it.
Yeah. Like one of those kind of like rocker ponies where they're at the base of the neck. Probably has a goatee. I don't know why I'm building your character. I'm sorry. Yeah, I will have a bath. I'm not gonna go too much into,
No, I demand everyone roleplay in exact detail. No. Because I will nickel and dime you like you'll be 6 months later and I'll be like, look, you've never said you specifically washed your left toe, it has gangrene.
Oh.
I can't help.
Oh.
Oh, it is the water.
Gorgo's
And I
cursed
fired
again.
my rubber ducky.
Wait, did he get gangrene? Is that what the curse is? Still don't know.
I
anything
never writ it. That's the thing. It was all down to intention, and you took it down the route you did. So that's more for you.
It wasn't just me. I think we all took it down that route. Thank you very much. I mean,
I was gonna say you spearheaded it, motherfucker.
Yeah, no, I think you led us down the route, and then the rest of us were just stuck on the path.
Yeah. But no.
Unless there's anything else.
But yeah, other than whatever interactions you guys are having in the bath that you want to roleplay out, it is just you have, a few buckets, a few washings.
I would like to roll for bathing.
You'd like to roll for what?
Bathing.
It sounded like you said babes then. I was like, what?
I was like, oh, gravy.
I was like, you're flirting in the bath. Jeez, Gorgo.
Oh, some bath gravy. Mmm.
Oh, disgusting.
Bathing.
Oh, we all went very different places. Sorry, Michael.
I would apologize, internet, but you know how bad these people can get by now.
Yeah, like on a Saturday we're much more calmer.
All I wanted to do was to roll to see how bathed I was.
And now we have gravy.
Roll me a dex saving throw, Gorgor.
Oh.
You failed to dodge the water.
You're
Yay!
convinced you got everything.
Okay.
There were a few places you couldn't reach, but like you can never reach them. It's just you're like, well, I can't reach my back, but I can never reach my back, so that's not really new.
That's the help.
All I'd do is I'd just walk up to the nearest wall and just like kind of like like when a bear scratches up a tree. That's how Gorgo does that.
I love how I can just imagine Minotaur Days like, you can ask for help, I'll wash your... And you're like halfway up a wall at this point. Nah, I'm good.
I got it, it's okay. Thank you, though. That is all Gorgo would like to do while he's bathing. Just roll to bathe.
Oh,
Okay.
dear.
Everyone else?
I think we're good.
I mean, I'm just happy I avoided what seems to be Paladin Dave hitting on Gorgo. But like, eventually I will turn up back in the main area, cleanly washed, feeling great. Not, and looking, because I can imagine as well, like most of my clothes were kind of covered in stuff, like little bits of moss and things like that. So now, like, new version of me, it's all grand. I didn't wash my hat though. I just want to say that, so the spiders haven't vacated and the broom has still been like propped up.
I've been using the broom to wash the floor anyway.
Well, no, I used the broom
to
hit
hit
people.
Well, the anti-cat device, but yeah.
Famous D-Wayo.
I mean, I actually have a cat. I don't know what you guys are assuming. It was a big, angry, like, thing with a spiny tail that did start attacking us. I just got the first hit in.
Then it didn't start attacking us. We attacked it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Wait a minute. So if we attacked the big, like, scary monster thing, the dinosaur thing, die a T-Rex, would that have been that we were the bad guys in that situation?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's done nothing to us at that point.
Oh god. Okay. So how do you eat your food then? What do you
already
have
been-
when you eat?
It's already been killed at that point. I'm not in charge of killing the damn thing.
Yeah, but that was being
I'm
killed
just
for
making.
food
I'm
as
just
well,
making
not
sure.
for...
I'm making sure at that point it's not going to waste.
Yeah.
I'm making sure its
Yeah,
death's not in vain.
You still auto-attacked it. Yes, I did attack it first, but I had a lovely chat with that thing that came into the cave the other day.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to keep on circling this point, and I still think you making a point of this is still really weird, Flynn.
Yeah. I don't attack
Hang on.
mistake.
Making a point. I was just saying. You said it attacked us, and yet we attacked first.
No, I get it, and people who feel like they're constantly being judged start judging others, and you don't have to worry about it, Flynn. I get it. Don't
Well,
worry.
why? Who's
We're
judging
not
you?
gonna-
But say who's judging you here out of us? Really?
You!
I've never judged you.
I think you have. I've heard like the sassy little sounds you make.
I make sassy little sounds. Doesn't mean I judge you. You judge what I say.
Look, this isn't like a rubber and glue situation, okay? You are being judgy. I sometimes am judgy. Own your bullshit. Shall we leave? Like having a fight in a reception area of a spa bathing is not what was on our agenda.
There's been a lot of things that have been not on our agenda that we've still done.
Wait, we have an agenda?
Well, that's true.
I just mean,
Currently, the only thing on that agenda is wait for food.
Yeah.
well, also,
That's my
whilst
type
we're
of
here, is
agenda.
there anybody, other than the person behind the counter, is there anybody else in this reception room where we are? Is there even someone behind the counter at this point?
Or if they just killed themselves from overhearing us.
Ash,
Yeah.
Ben's saying that the characters seem tense. Can they get a massage?
It's alright, it's just Flynn and Lovey. They have this weird relationship thing where half the time they're really, really like, oh, you're awesome. And the other half of the time they're like, fuck you, I hate you. It's that weird love-hate relationship. It'll settle down eventually. But is there anybody in the room with us?
There's the person at the entrance. The changing rooms are fairly empty. There's a few other people just straggled across, in the back, but
So there's nobody like in direct vicinity of where we are. Like if I was to lower my voice, people shouldn't hear me.
there's just the one person sitting gleefully behind the counter and just kind of, otherwise most people are here, the business of they go to wash themselves.
Okay. I was going to say, do you think we should call our friend Gladys?
I mean,
About the pigeon problem.
Why?
About the pigeon problem?
did you?
Again, why?
Because that's what we were led to believe was going on in the old town, right? They had a problem with pigeons. It turns out that they weren't pigeons, but lizards instead.
Oh. Okay.
Maybe she might know something about it.
She might, but given who she is, do we really want to bother her with something we could find out by ourselves instead?
Yeah, but it seems a little... I just mean, it would be a lot quicker and we wouldn't get directly involved if we just said, oh, Gladys, your homing pigeons keep on coming to roost in this city. Somebody else has kind of noticed this. Could you maybe take them out of here before they don't come home? Like homing pigeons usually come home, but if there's a storm or a brief wind, they can be knocked off course.
I think they get what you're saying, but at the same time, I'm thinking that we're in the scale of things, from what I'm understanding, we're somewhere down here, and I point at where my foot is and kind of wiggle my toe, and then I go, and she's somewhere. Paladin Dave, could you raise your arm as high as you can, please?
Okay.
Somewhere up there.
If you don't ask, you don't get. And what's the harm in trying? I mean, it's not going to piss her off any more than what we already have done multiple times, and she seemed fine with us then. What's the harm in reaching out? She might be listening. We don't know.
Well, if that's the case, she'd probably pop in and tell me either to shut up or I'm right. I mean, she's your friend.
Oh, I mean, we're acquaintances at best. Like we had a good conversation.
I was going to say, you told her that because it didn't sound it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you jealous?
No, I'm not at all.
Good. I just thought there's no harm in reaching out and being like, oh, this could potentially become a problem down the line. Could you either go take your homing pigeons elsewhere, or maybe we might need to put this one down in order to make it look like it's being handled? I don't know what she could say, but I just would rather not start attacking things. And the problem is if we don't ask now, a problem gets worse. Does that make sense?
What?
Like suddenly
Okay.
everyone's screaming about bird poop everywhere.
Okay, I know you're trying to have this conversation, right? But I'm seeing three, nearly 4 looks of confusion here. I mean, even Gabriel's struggling a little bit, and it's hard to tell on whatever he is that he's glazing over.
Should we maybe go to the tavern then whilst we get ready for tonight's dinner and then have this discussion properly? I've been trying to have it with you guys for a couple of hours, but we've always been around a large group of people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or people that are paying like extra attention to us. So can we head to the tavern, please, DM? If as long as anybody else,
Yes.
unless
Yeah, go
anybody
for
else
it.
wanted to do something.
Yeah, I think that'll be good.
Brilliant.
You come back.
Have we got rooms yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Can we go to one of the rooms if that's okay?
Yeah, I mean, you're welcome to. Yeah.
Well, Danny says we've got rooms, so I assume we have.
I'm
rooms.
pretty sure. I don't quote me 100%, but I'm pretty damn sure that we did. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we did from the last time.
I think we got into town, said we set up rooms, and then it was immediately, oh, we're going to go out and do something for the night. And it's like, oh,
Yeah, I think you're right. So yeah, when we're upstairs in one of the rooms, as long as everyone's okay with coming with me, so I can explain exactly what I mean without trying to use the analogy of homing pigeons.
Also,
So-
while you guys go to move rooms, just on the as you were leaving kind of thing, because I didn't want to interrupt your convo with the party.
Okay. Yeah.
Gorgor, you did find all of your non-washable stuff, just kind of in a neatly folded little stack next to your stuff.
Oh,
Okay. Even the butchered imp claw.
Yep, they asked no questions. The butchered imp claw actually looks a little bit cleaner than when you last saw it, even.
Damn.
well, they got halfway
They
through
give
the
it a
rinse before
polish.
they realized. Yeah, halfway through the rinse before they realized, hang on, you're not supposed to be in here.
None of it looks wet. None of it looks wet.
Yeah, no, they've emptied the bag and then washed the bag and then like left it next to my other stuff.
No, they've just run.
Huh.
Just while we've been bathing, just run the hand over with prestidigitation.
Nice. Not bad. Hey.
It is just generally a prestidigitation wash, quote unquote.
Good. I mean, I'm not going to tell the party.
Gorgo
I should
will-
also do that.
Gorgo will happily stuff everything away and will go with the party to the tavern so Lovey can talk about pigeons.
Mm-hmm. Because this is what the DM was expecting out of this session.
Lovey. Pigeons. Go.
so I was using pigeons as an analogy
Analogy.
whilst we're outside. Just due to the fact I don't want to cause any concerns, because last time we said, oh no, that angel's a devil, nobody believed us, and we were getting deeper and deeper into shit. Clearly you weren't with us at this point, so you wouldn't have known. But yeah, we did, we have encountered angels, and I'll use like big air quotes, before. They're not usually angels. It could be, don't get me wrong, there's always potential for everything, but I'm wondering if this is more of Gladys's mates. And by Gladys, I mean Glacia. I just didn't want to use her name outside, because if we recognised it, they might. So I'm wondering whether we contact Glacier in order to be like, is this you? And if it is you, could you maybe fuck off? Or do we, if she says, no, this isn't me, then we know that's out the clear. We've eliminated one of the potential options, and knowledge is power.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm asking the group now, what do people think if we were to reach out to Glacier in order to ask whether this angel that is in this area is connected to her?
I think it'll be a good idea because then if you think it is something to do with her, then we can get it sorted.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
My only question is, if it is something to do with her, and we say, could you move it? And she says, what are you going to give me to make me do that? What are you going to give?
Well, I mean, she might not be. We're trying to create like an equal stable relationship. You didn't you haven't met her. You don't know what she's like.
I
You've only
have.
heard about her in passing.
I have.
When did you meet her? Oh, she came
When
out out of the portal with us. Yes.
Well, when she
I remember now.
teleported you back through, because apparently the portal didn't work on that side.
Yeah, because it was a prison. I remember.
Because it was a one-way portal.
Yeah, because there were people there, weren't there, that have been imprisoned.
Yeah.
Where do you end up?
Hells.
Oh, we ended up in hell. It was fine.
One
In the house.
in the hells, yes.
Wait, I'm sorry. Were you not? I don't
No.
think Adam was here that session.
No, he and Gabriel sat outside with me whilst you three dived into a one-way portal to the hells.
Well, it worked. We're back. Everything was okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you say so.
I am not I haven't changed, I don't believe. I mean, do you think I've changed since I've been to hell? Do you think Gorgor or Paladin Dave changed at all?
Well, you went into the portal calling her Gladys and hating her, and then you left calling her pretty much your best friend.
She's not my best friend, and you sound really jealous. I can't tell if you want to be her best friend or my best friend, Flynn. Because we're not that. We literally had one good conversation, had a bit of a chat. I didn't sign up to bloody marry her. Like, I called her by her proper name, but I've also called her Gladys 4 times today, and Glacier like 4 times as well. 5 now, if you count the last one. But the point is that I'm trying to make is that if it is that she says, well, what would you do for me if we were to take you out of this area? Like, I can remove her or him, but, you know, what would you give us? Then we will simply remind her of the fact of if she was to, it's not just us. Do you know what I mean? It's not just us that I've noticed. It could be other people. Whoops, that was a bit of a low roll. But
But again, why would she care if all of us know? Like, if just us noticed or everyone noticed?
well, it'd just be easier for her. I just mean, I'm not trying to cause problems here. I'm just asking, why don't we ask? And then if she says that, we can then deal with that then. Like, does everything have to be planned and then we don't do any of it anyway? Like,
Would you
experience the chaos. It could all be decided anyway, because at the moment we know that she's irritated by the current structure in Hells. She is trying to establish her own like deals and stuff like that, but it doesn't seem to be very negative. She seems to be a bit more of a chancer and a wheeler and dealer rather than, you know, actually being like, oh, I want to subjugate all humanity. And don't get me started on Orc-kind and halflings and everybody else, because, you know, I want to enslave all the races. She's not given me any of those kind of vibes. And I've met worse humans than I have demons and devils. So, you know, it's just on what side of the glass you're on. And originally, I'm not going to lie, I was on the side of the glass of the one that you're standing on, but I can grow as a person. Can you?
They're saying it's not
No,
dangerous.
no, this is as tall as I get.
No, she's very dangerous. Don't get me wrong. But what's the harm in asking?
Do you want to go down all of the horror stories about how bad things go when you make deals with devils? Because I know a few, and it doesn't go well.
I'm not making a deal with her. I'm trying to gain information. If it is to be connected with her, then we can deal with that then. Before that point, we don't know. And we're running around an entire town going, have you heard about the angels? What's going on with the angels? What's doing this with the angels? Eventually, it's going to be revealed. And if it is her, we're instantly against her.
Whereas
So
if we ask her now and we find out that it's her, then we're against her again.
Well, what's the harm in just asking? We find out information. I don't see what the problem is.
Okay, where would we find it?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe we look out for the angel. Maybe she's listening in right now. I don't know. Do you understand the stretch of her beliefs? Maybe if we say her name 3 times in a mirror, she'll appear.
Oh
You've already
yeah.
said
What's the harm in trying?
Oh yeah. I thought it was an actual angel. I forgot that they called the other devil. But they were demons though. They weren't devils.
No, they were devils.
Devils.
No, the ones that were coming out the pool were demons.
No,
As far as I understand from what you're telling me, there are devils and there are demons about.
Yeah, they're having a fight between the 2 of them. So the demons are trying to come in order to hurt us all. And in order to help combat that problem, people have been making deals with Glacier in order to establish portals so devils can come out and they can deal with the monsters rather than having everybody else deal with them. It's meant to be a mutually beneficial situation in some places, and in some places it turns people into horrible, corrupt goo people.
Essentially, 2 demons are having a very big fight and they're using here to have that fight instead of their own home. And seeing the distraction, Glacier is trying to take as best advantage as she can whilst it's happening.
And what are you basing that on?
The fact she literally told us that. She literally said she was doing that.
Yeah, she did.
I'm
but at the
basing
end
it
of the
on her
day,
word, which you
yeah,
are
but it's the
basing
way
the
you're
word on
saying it. I do apologise. You know how important the words you pick are. You are a bard. It is what you do. You pick words very important. You are trying to pick words to turn the opinion of the group.
I'm picking the word she used. You're picking the you're picking the words that make her sound nowhere near as bad as she literally is. She's the daughter of the ruler of the Hells.
Who she doesn't like.
Does not mean she's a good person.
No, but I'm not quite sure that you are.
Oh dear.
Do you know what I mean? It's just one of those. Everybody has fractions of good and evil in their personality. The only thing that differs us from animals is our ability to have these kind of feelings. Sometimes, I have had people screaming that I am evil in my face, and I don't consider myself to be, but who do I know? Maybe she's just got bad press.
Yes, because
We
all
don't
of
know.
all of the Hells have got a bad press. And just that one bad day, and that's it. They've been ruined for all eternity. And that's why the Heavens have also had their one really good day, and that's it. They're darlings for the rest of existence.
Let's ask you this question. What has Glacier personally done to you to give you this opinion? Rather than you using, yes, admittedly, her words, but you're making out like she's as bad as all the other devils that have done all these horrific things over time.
She was responsible for making the person you slapped to death with a broom into what he was.
Because he went back on their deal. So he technically was the arse in this situation.
So,
Like, if you're saying that honor and everything is more important and that all the devils are bad guys, yes, some of them are. But at the end of the day, yes, he went into a silly deal. He should have been better at it. But I don't see how this takes away from all of this conversation, takes away from just asking her a question.
because it's the cost of the question.
What, so she's going to say, I won't answer unless you give me your souls?
Or would you answer a question for me? Or would you do this for me? Or what's this information going to do to help you? The more
And then we
information she
deal with that
gets, then the
then.
more.
Like, we can always walk away. Literally, the worst thing we can do is not ask questions, not seek answers, not try and solve things, because
Well,
then
why are you?
we'll just won't
Why are we
move.
not trying to solve things here instead of just deciding to run off to one person we think it might be involved?
Because that's what you do. You ask the people that you think might be involved. Like, I don't see how this
But
is not like an
this-
avenue we can go down.
Because if we end up bothering her and it's nothing to do with that, then that risks negative feeling. There's a lot of things. Instead of just finding
Okay.
out around town and then going, oh, yeah, no, that definitely sounds devilish.
I'm sorry,
Maybe
I'm
we
going to cut
should
you
go
off
and
because I
ask.
feel like we're going in circles and you're not
We went
listening
round it.
to
We
what
went
I'm
in.
saying. But
I
I was
think we're
going to
both
ask
not
the rest
listening
of
to
the
what
group.
the other one's saying.
No, I am
That's me.
listening to you. I
Oh,
understand that you're saying
you're
that.
hearing it, but you're not listening to it.
I'm not changing my opinion because we can both have differing opinions. I was just saying that
I
you're
know,
literally making.
but your
I'm
opinion
not gonna.
apparently is twice as valid as mine ever could be.
Did I ever say that? Honestly, Flynn, at the moment, you're lucky I'm not going to slap you because I'm trying to get on your level by understanding what you're saying. Yes, she did say that she has been manipulating the situation. Yes, there is other avenues that we can explore. But if you keep on saying that at the end of the day, that my opinion's better than yours and I'm saying this, can you not see how that's not really the best avenue we want to go down? We're meant to be a party, we're meant to be working together. All I was going to do is ask everybody else's opinion on the matter.
Yeah, and
I think we should order for lunch. I think lunch might be a good idea before we go later and eat.
Yeah, I'm gonna
it'll have to be a
take
light
a walk
lunch.
if that's okay. I'm just gonna take a walk.
Okay. Do you want us to get out your room?
No, it's fine. You can stay here. And I'll kind of like leave out the door and go for a little walk.
I will order lunch to Lavi's room.
Make it a light meal because we don't want to go too much for what we might be getting later.
Yeah, okay. I would like to order one whole hog, please.
Okay.
No, just like something to eat, and then essentially, unless people want to do stuff, Gogo's happy to time skip.
I love. I love how I said like let's have a light meal and you went whole hog. Double meaning of the phrase.
Yeah. That was the joke.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Gogo. I like because Gogo's got nothing else to accomplish. So unless feel free. Anyone else step up? Leah, madam.
I think they're still cowering away from the conversation.
Mommy and Daddy are fighting.
Yeah. I just like step back like has the
Yeah.
start
No more
shouting
problem,
like
Chief.
I love how the two people who really should be involved in some way or another, because devil
religion.
versus two religious people, two holy people, and you both go, we're going to stay silent on this matter.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
don't
we're
know
just-
which is we don't know who's more scary, the person really for or Lovey.
Lovey.
Yeah.
But is there anything
yeah.
you two want to do before dinner?
Beside each other.
Can I do a history check on this devil demon?
Which one? If you're gonna say Devil Demon, there's 3 in play.
The one that Lovely's on about.
You mean
Glacia?
Glacia, yeah.
Glacia, yeah.
Nat 10, you remember that you've met her before. If you want more details, you may absolutely ask for them, though.
Mm. Do we have any more information on this? Oh, I don't remember now.
She's the daughter of Asmodeus. She's, pretty much high up in the pantheon.
I mean, the obvious information is she's one of the most notable names in, like, devil names.
Yeah.
It's like, do you know Lucifer? Do you know what I mean? It's not the top one, but it's pretty damn fucking close, because
It's like, hey, you know Satan? Yeah? Okay, so Satan's daughter.
Yeah, pretty much.
She's think a breed between succubus and angel for aesthetics.
Yeah, because she's gold, if I remember right. Like, she's got, like, a golden, bronzy-looking body, hasn't
yeah.
her? Or are you changing the visuals?
She's very coppery.
Yeah, and so she looks, essentially thinks succubus, but with, like, a metallic-y sheened, bronzy-looking body. But instead of being an actual demon like a succubus, she's one of the most prominent devils of all devils.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And obviously demigod-ish, because it's one of those weird things where, like, anything can rise to the power of devil or demon, but, like, Asmodeus is technically a god, kind of, so...
Yeah, she's for all intensive purposes, a god. But she's not got the official title.
Yeah. She's demigod level.
And she's the leader of the Aranyas, which have the unique advantage of being the only hellbound creature that can just freely, without portal, without effort, just travel between the planes. Because that's the big thing that keeps the gods at bay, is the gods are not allowed to directly interfere. And generally most demons and devils have to make deals or whatever to come through. The Aranyas can just kind of, like, do as they please. Which makes them great for infiltration and manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say if we are going for something like this, we need to be extremely cautious. Make sure Lovey doesn't make any deals.
Do you really think any of us could stop Lovey if she wanted to do something?
I think we might have to intervene if it goes too far.
I think... But the thing is, though, we've talked with Gladys a few times, and she's always been nice. So I don't see the problem.
She might be nice on the surface, but what is she planning?
Yeah, there's a...
Well, she said she wants to basically, like, take the things that the devils and the demons that are being idiots with and basically take their stuff, because then there's less, like, fighting, and then she gets to control it.
Yeah, but possibly, it could be good. It's probably gonna be bad.
Yeah, what's what she wants to do when she's controlling them?
I mean, in the slight foreturning of the phrase, we currently know how the hells are run and everything at the moment. We know the order of how everything's gone. What happens when somebody else takes charge?
Oh. The new people do things, and then things get better.
Mm-hmm. And there is a chance that there is a better than average chance this will just get worse for everyone rather than better.
Why?
Because she doesn't care for the current rules and would probably change them to suit her own needs.
But if things are already messy as it is, then surely it can't get worse.
Oh. Yeah. But say from my line of work, Gogo, making a statement like that, it normally is when things get worse.
Oh.
Never say something on the something to the effects of, well, that was, it can't possibly get worse, or other things to that effect of tempting fate.
Right.
Because fate normally responds quite painfully.
Well, I don't know who Fate is, but they sound mean.
Hmm.
Is it time for dinner yet?
Well, it should be here soon, especially if you ordered light. You did order light, right?
Well, no, I meant dinner with the wizards. I've already ate my food. Oh, I ate yours too. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'll go and get more.
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
I think the meal's going to be a little bit longer, so I think we should probably, just get ourselves prepared if there's anything else we want to do. Other than that, just be ready.
Okay. Shh.
So as Gorgor finishes licking his fingers clean,
Yeah.
Of my food as well as his own.
yes,
Specifically of your food, because I ate my own first.
he
Yeah, I
is
know, no.
wearing more of your food than you got to eat.
I'm sat there as he's doing that, and I'm just prestidigitation, just cleaning the dirt off as he's doing it.
Thank you, Flynn.
You want to make a good impression, right?
Yeah.
Then this will make sure you do so.
Yeah.
Okay, so you successfully get that handled. And Gorgor is now ready for second dinner.
Well, no, I'm not ordering anymore because Flynn said he was okay. We'll just make sure that Flynn eats a lot of the meal. Considering how big they are compared to he would, I'll probably give him too much and he won't eat it all anyway. So that's good, because then he'll get full. And then fat. And then when you're fat, then you're happy.
But yeah, some of the more time adept of you realize it's fast approaching meeting time.
Mm-hmm. Unless Lovey wanted to do something while she was out on her walk.
Yeah.
It was just a walk.
No, it was just more just in case. That was all, Rose.
Oh, I know, but I got told that my idea was stupid, so I just went to blow off some steam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was just more in case of anything you needed to do because of rolls and stuff.
No, it's all good.
So we'll go and Lovey will eventually come back, and then when she does, we go dinner. I got the wine ready as well. Like that is in the top of the bag, ready to get out when we get there. Hi, Weekings. I'm doing all right. I'm in Gorgor mode. Don't mind the voice.
This is actually Danny's actual voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually my
He's been
actual voice.
hiding it from us.
This is an elaborate ruse where I really are talk like this. Yeah.
So yeah, to the magic people's house.
Yep.
To the magic people.
Fuck yeah. So we'll go to the magic house, which is a permeated manor. Yeah, I was pointed out to it by the people at the bathhouse that pointed me from the people in the common sleeping place. Literally, these are I'm reading my notes word for word of what I read Gorgor. It's the funniest thing when you write in character. Like, I swear to God, if any of you guys ever read Gorgor's notes, you guys would just look at it like, what the fuck? I do sometimes, and I fucking writ it.
Danny's just like, who the fuck wrote this?
I'm just like, I look at it and go, wait, what the fuck was that again? Oh, yeah, okay, I'm with it now. Wait, no. Yeah, it's confusing as shit, because it's all like half sentences, it's all broken English, it's fucked. It's like, you know the list of like tasks here? It's Go Aylesbury, see Daimburt, kick Angel butt in Aylesbury that causing problem for townspeople. Got to Aylesbury Tavern, looks like church, question mark. Led to outskirts for Daimburt, been staying in mannered side of town. Look, that's literally his notes. This town so far, nothing else. It's fucking dumb. I love
Beautiful.
it. I love it and I hate it because obviously if no one else writes notes, I'm fucked because I wrote them in Google.
So, party heads out. Anyone stopping anything? Anything else happening? Just making sure.
Nope.
No.
I think that's it for until we catch any of the angels.
Okay. After a bit of ambling about, you do make your way there.
Yes. Gorgo will lead the front and we'll go to the door and we'll get the bottle out. So he's holding it at the side ready, looking like a fucking excited child. And he'll knock on the door.
There's a very long, just pause. Yes. The door slowly opens.
Is it the same person that answered the door earlier?
Yes.
Well, you
And do not look excited at your return.
well, you said to come back for dinner later, and we came back. We bought a wine.
It's very kind of you, young master.
It's no problem. It's okay. I asked what was the best thing to get, and then that was what was suggested.
Very well. You can tell him, like, he gives a single noticeable just kind of, like, sniff at the air. He's not trying to be subtle about it, but he's not trying to be obvious about it. He's just like, yeah, okay.
It's like the sniff check. Got it.
Like, I mean, he wasn't going to say anything in either regard, but kind of for his own, like,
I'll sniff back.
yeah.
It.
Very
smells,
kind of.
He smells a lot posher. He smells a lot posher than we do.
Yeah. He smells like an entire field of flowers, Gorgo.
That's a lot of flowers. So did you speak to Daimburt about me being here?
Yep. Yes. Yes, just please wait here. Please?
I'm assuming he's gesturing like on the front door still.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, like, he let you guys, like, in the front door, but you're
Okay,
kind of, like,
so
in the just entryway.
oh, okay, yeah, we're in like the hallway foyer. Yeah. Okay.
Hey, we
It's
got
right,
past the
'cause
front door this time.
I was gonna say, like, because you never said we came inside, I assumed he was keeping us on the front or something, but no, that's fine. Oh, okay. Yeah,
Oh
we'll
no,
go.
like, he kind of, like, he opens the door a bit more. And it's just like,
That's
okay,
fine.
please wait here, and he just, like, leaves you the entryway.
Okay. Just for the sake of, Gorgo will look around. Just to give you the flex on how swanky the interior of this place most likely is.
It is very nice. It's got some Greek-inspired pillars to it, and it's a very open plan.
Mm.
A lot of porcelain, a lot of... It looks nice, but it doesn't look extremely expensive. It looks more a mix of foreign.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it does still look nice, but it's more of, like, this would probably be common elsewhere, but getting it imported, getting it built in this style. And it is still built very well in this style.
So yeah,
But
it's
like,
stuff
it
like
would be middle upper class, like low noble tier elsewhere, but here amid all of the taverns and stuff, especially, it looks very
yeah, and it's all unique to Gorgo because it's all like seemingly out of town, out of city stuff. Yeah. Oh, it looks really nice in here. And I'm still like he's now clutching the fucking wine like he's holding the base of it and the neck of it like in both hands. Looks really
like
good.
very much the intention of it is to catch people off guard with, like, even if they're used to noble houses, it's like, yeah, this place is a noble's house, but it's a very differently styled noble's house, so even other nobles are like,
Looks good in here, doesn't it, guys?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's that thing?
Very posh.
And he starts like he goes over to one of the paintings and starts leaning into it and looking at it. Like, oh, that's really cool. We'll just get intrigued, looking around, still clutching the wine ready.
What are you looking at, Gorgo?
Well, I was looking at this painting here, and if you're looking behind the hill of that one there, you can see like there's a it looks like the head of a person. Like you can see him just peeking over the hill. Look, between all like the trees and stuff.
Oh yeah.
He's
meant to be there though.
I don't know. Where's his body? I wonder if the artist drew the body and then drew the hill over him and like kind of cut it off by accident.
I'm gonna get you any magical vibes off the painting.
Roll Arcana?
Just as stupid as more than anything.
You don't seem to detect any, and you pause for a minute as you try and think this through, as it's possible this is just a mundane painting, but you know deep down that there's a chance that whoever made this is just so skilled in the arcane that they've hidden the magical traces from you.
There's only one way to find out, and it's through a ritual.
No chance. I was just admire the painting, Google.
While you two are admiring the painting, there's almost a heavy thud of footfalls at the top of the stairs, as what looks like, at a glance at first, some of you think there's just a bear upright at the top of the stairs before you start seeing the clothing draped about them. A very fine, noble tunic and trousers. Yes. What brings you here? You called for me?
Is you Daimburt?
I.
Well, hello, I'm Gorgo, and I found you in my book, and it's full of people that are helping me get stronger with my abilities and things. And I've already spoken with a couple people, and I was shown to you next because you were one of the other people, and I brought this, and you'll show the wine. Well, it'd be nice to say hello.
His eyes narrow as he glances between you, the book, and the wine for a minute.
Yeah, go
and
to
as his
show
eyes
me.
narrow, like you do see his like bottom teeth just kind of like protrude a little bit as well, almost tusk-like. I'll need to look at that book.
Okay, it's my magic book that helps me like find people that help me. And if he comes to get it, like he will let him take it. He's not like holding it open to him or anything. He'll be like, there you go.
He does like skim it a little bit and give it a couple sniffs before handing it back to you.
Yeah.
Where did you find or procure this?
Well, everything that has given me my abilities, I found a while back. Someone came into the tribe and it was left behind, and well, I looked into the main book, which I'll point to essentially the spell book, and that was how I got my abilities in being a wizard. And this book point to the one he's just had back. This has had a lot of people in that have helped me whenever I need help, and any time that I look to it, I find someone that helps me, and you is the person this time that is maybe gonna help me.
When you say it was left behind, did they forget it? Have you been trying to return this book back to them?
No, the person came with like 4 other people, and they tried to kill everyone where I lived, and then my tribe killed them back, and then it was what was left behind. tribe wanted to burn it all, but I liked it, and it's been helping me. And then they kicked me out, and then I've been going all over the place looking for people to help me get better.
Still in the entranceway, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'd imagine he's like kind of like a few steps up, like so he's eye level almost. I mean, I'm on the floor.
Is there like a small chair or something, a little sitting area nearby?
Yeah, it's a whole reception area. Like, it's probably common for anyone that's like, they're used to just being like, okay, you stay here, don't wander about the house, don't get in trouble. Here's some water, here's some tea, here's some cookies.
Okay. Can I just go over to like a chair nearby and sit in it, please?
Yep. So then, you and your mates killed him and are here to brag about it? Are you looking for revenge on, what are you after here?
Well, no.
What help did you possibly want from?
No, no one here did it. It was where I used to live back at home. They attacked us, and afterwards the book and stuff was left, and it's how I got my abilities. And I've started being able to do magic since, because the book helped me, and I've been using this book to find people to help me get stronger, and you were in the book, so I thought you could help me get stronger and better and learn more.
You want me to help you after your tribe slew my friend?
You mean like all it was that I don't know what happened. Like they attacked us and started killing people, and then they like the people at home just did what we always do when people attack us.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
Is anyone doing anything to lend credibility or bonuses or anything? I know you guys would not have been there, but is there anything?
Guidance help?
Not
Guidance?
this late.
No,
Guidance too obvious.
that's fine.
I think it was more, does anyone want to chip in and say anything?
You don't have to. I'm just asking if anything was, because before declaring results.
Basically, Gogo's up Shit's Creek and he ain't got no stick to paddle.
I think you forgot the boat at this point.
Yeah.
Lovey will try and help if she's allowed to.
If you can.
I mean, none of us were there, so we weren't able to offer, any level of. We definitely know it's this way, but also we know Gorgor. We know that with Gorgor's, with who Gorgor is, he doesn't have it in him to be deceitful. His story has remained consistent since the day we have met him. So every single time when he discusses how this poor individual tried to attack him and his family, and he was in no way involved in the actual death of this individual, he just took his stuff after he'd passed. If anything, he gave it a home.
Well, the magic book practically like spoke to me, and then when I went into it and started looking at all the, and you'll get the spell book at this point and like flick to a page and you'll see like all the runic symbols and like the like symbol, all the other stuff, and you're like, yeah, because I started tracing all these, and he'll like actually do it. Like
He immediately uses his large hand to push the book down and away from you looking at it, just like out of sight line.
Oh, but this is what
You seem new to magic, so I'm going to tell you this very politely once. It is a very, very poor form to practice magic in unfamiliar company.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll put the book
There's
back.
nothing wrong with magic itself, but simply imagine if somebody drew a crossbow mid-conversation.
Mhm.
That would be
Well, this is
quite
it.
weird.
Gorgor needs a mentor. He needs somebody that is able to show him the magic and stuff like this, for example, to be able to show him that in other company it's not the best thing to do, or even just offer him some guidance in how to be a accomplished mage like yourself. He needs your help.
Well, for starters, not everyone in that book is an accomplished mage.
Oh,
Daimburt and I go back a bit. We did some odd jobs, and it sounds as if shortly after he and I left those odd jobs together, he took some different odd jobs, and
The job took him.
I don't know the full details, and if the true facts are that he simply was out to handle some border skirmishes with the nearby orc force, that it sounds,
Mhm.
then that is what it is. You at least seem civil enough to carry a conversation.
Mhm.
So I will potentially, he was in the wrong. Potentially you were a bystander and he was in the right and he just happened to be a bystander after the fact. I'm not going to stress myself with trying to figure this one out. I will say that I do recognize that book. It was practically a journal to him. He kept all of his details in there, so if you're finding names in this book, you're likely to find friends of his,
right.
and that does not automatically make them friends of yours.
Oh. Well, the people I've
So-
met before were really nice. Like, I met the old lady who did, like, all the things with the herbs and the potions and stuff before.
I'm just giving you the warning.
Okay.
So would you classify yourself as one of this gentleman who originally had the books? Friends?
Loosely, I mean, when you're taking life or death jobs and someone has your back and you have their back, it's hard to say that you're not friends, isn't it?
So this journal, is it on the table in front of him and Gorgor?
I'd imagine he put it back in my hand, because, like, we're literally stood in the foyer.
Would you mind, Gorgor? Can I have a quick look?
Yeah.
That'd be okay.
I'll give you the magic
Can
person
I look
find a
at the
book.
page? Yeah, can I look at what the title is? Or does it say this guy is an arsehole? Like, is there anything that's like attached to it, or is it just a list of names?
It's not just a list of names, but half of it is written in, I don't know how familiar you'd with it be, but when sometimes people write in, like, it happens a lot in courtrooms where they have shorthand.
Yeah, shorthand. I know shorthand. Well, Lovey doesn't, but
Yeah,
I know
but-
shorthand.
So a lot of it might, so a lot of it's in shorthand. So if Gorgor could cherry pick out, names that were fully written names, but then there's like just small symbols and swishes and like you would understand your own because it's a code that you use to write. And it's not like a heavy cipher or anything. It's a quick way of noting stuff down without writing essays or burning through pages.
Yeah, it was just because I just realised Gorgor can't read, so he's reading the names and doesn't know if there's anything attached to them, or even
Nope.
if it says
That's
this is a
that's
shit list
literally
kind
it.
of deal.
Pictures and names are about all he's got, which is why he'll open it, he'll see a name, and that's it, target acquired.
Mhm.
And sometimes
And you
it's
can
not
pick up
even
bits
in
and
an
pieces
order.
and-
And sometimes it's not even in an order. I will literally just open to a random page, and the first name I see, that's the person that's going to help him.
So,
Yeah, you'll see. So, like, there's the names there, look, and stuff, and that's how I've found people before, and well, always when I've gone to them and explain everything, they usually end up helping me, or sometimes. Or sometimes they'll tell me that they can't help me, and then I have to go and find someone else, and then they help me.
I'm sure that they encountered a lot of it might be as well. If they
So,
were noting down useful shops, services, etc. I don't know the full details. I don't know about your encounters with others. I'm simply letting you know that you might one day find a name in this book that is less kind than I am being with you.
Oh,
so I'm sensing some reluctance to help Gorgor.
While I am not a skilled arcane master, if that is what he's seeking,
yeah.
I would not be averse to, at the very least, communicating with him as I am now, though I don't fully understand the details of what he might want beyond that. Though the meeting was curious enough, I thought I would at least find out the details of someone who knew me that I didn't recognize.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like at the minute, because we were working with the prince back at Copal, ration, and I need to be able to do more things so I can do things better. And I asked him to help me find people from the book, and he said he knew your name. So I here I am.
Fair enough. Again, I'm simply stating the information that I have. If you've had different experiences, please take that advice on your own whims. Just a lot of people have different history with them. A lot of people have different interests. If he noted down a nice shopkeeper and the nice shopkeeper recognized my name,
All
that
right.
wouldn't be too wild.
Okay. But so although you said you don't do magic, do you know anybody that could help me get better? Because that's what I really need at the minute, so I can do things, because we're currently having to do a lot of things that are dangerous, and I want to make sure that I can make sure people don't die.
Again, there are things that I can. I'm not simply useless, it's just simply what you're after.
Okay.
Like, if all you're after is Darkane, I can maybe point you in the right direction, but I am not going to go too far out of my way for you, to be honest.
Oh. Not even
I
with the
can at the very
wine?
least answer some questions and figure some things out, but I mean, I don't know you beyond. You know a guy I worked with once, and you don't even really know the guy.
Oh, I didn't know him either. It was just, I thought the book and stuff was for me when I was able to start using it and doing all the cool things.
Well, I'm sure there are some places. Again, there are others who might, in the book or not in the book, and if you do just wish to expand your arcane knowledge, as it sounds like.
At the minute, yeah. I've got other stuff okay at the minute. I might need other things in the later, but at the minute I just want to get stronger, so if anything that we have to deal with gets worse, and we can like stop it. Like, we've shut portals and stuff before already, and we've dealt with big monsters from other planes, was it? Yeah, planes. And but what if more come, or they're bigger, or one of them just has like extra spiky teeth?
Well, if you're after simply improving your magic, the Kingdom of Lustor to the west does have a few archmages among them. Though getting an audience with them, I can do almost nothing for you in that regard.
Oh, okay. But they have a lot of people there that are good and can help.
They have a few powerful mages amongst them. One of them might be looking for apprentices. I don't know.
So I'm just quickly noting too. Okay, but but you said you can do a little bit too, though. So what can you do?
It's mostly useful out in the wilderness, staying on the road, keeping fed.
Oh, that's like what you do, Lovey. You do, because you taught me some of the cool stuff recently, and you do a lot of things with like outside.
I am an excellent tracker, an excellent combatant, and I'm familiar enough with magic to know how not to get myself into too much trouble with it.
Oh,
Are you like a nature magic person, or is it more you know a little bit of arcane magic?
No, I'm familiar with more of the primal schoolhouses.
The what? I've
Primal?
not heard of something. I don't know much about magic. I'm kind of learning as I go.
So, predominantly, people either learn the inner secrets of magic innately or it's through study.
Mhm.
Or they ask higher powers for assistance or power.
Mhm.
And then there are, of course, those more naturally in tune with the world itself. And instead of bending magic to their whims or obtaining power from above, they simply work with and through the natural flows of magic throughout the land, causing trees to grow, berries to bloom, and even using it to their own advantage with vines and tracking. Things simply move their way through natural communication. Far better skilled with animals, plants.
Oh, maybe I'm part of this primal school of magic. I didn't even think of that.
well, yeah, because you taught me how to make flowers and plants grow and like make them bigger and better.
Yeah, but how's the best way to explain? So I've only been really using magic for a few months, and that was after I met a bunch of women in a forest.
Oh,
Like, I should have told you that. Whoops. Um, yeah, I think maybe it's not like bending something that you don't have it like born within you or given from a god. It's you almost allow for it to channel through you. Is that the same way? Like let
yes, I
nature
do
kind of
think you
flow
have the
through
right of
you?
it.
Yeah.
It's a
Oh,
cooperative give and take. You are the conduit, and you ask for its assistance.
well, that's it. Like, so for example, when you ask for the like trees and shadows to grow a little closer so that you can sneak quicker, or when you ask for the wood in your broom to get stronger so you can hit people harder, like that.
Yes, you've seemed to have gotten the right of it. Though I am
Yeah.
not a master of it, I've learned enough to help me on the road, combined with my more innate abilities.
Oh, cool. I think yeah, we're very similar then. Cool. Unless you're like one of them people that you mainly uses it for bows and it's a little less magic. I've heard of those as well, but I'm sure you're very powerful. You know.
Mhm.
Um, do you know which one of these people on the list will be a bit more like book learning people?
yeah, 'cause you still got the book in you at the minute.
Yeah. I'm just going to be like, because Gorgor, whilst he has like really gripped onto using himself as a conduit, I don't think it's the avenue that he wants to go down. Am I right, Gorgor? You want to be more about dealing with the arcane and stuff like that?
Well, I just want to be able to like do the things so that like when we fight like the demon monkeys and other things, I want to be able to make it so that they don't kill us and we stop them, and then we can close more of the portal so that Gladys isn't so like worried about things, and then the demons go away.
Okay. I think he just wants any type of magic, actually.
Any toy?
Any type.
Any toy.
I'm being a bit of an accent sponge today. I'm taking over Michael's role. Type.
Not only did you take my thing, you also took my accent too.
But you will never take his freedom.
Look, I'm trying out new accents at the moment, ready for next campaigns. So bear with me if I seem to move through different accents. I do apologise.
But yeah, like any magic is good magic, right? Because then I can do things that most people can't, and then I can do the cool shit so people don't die. Apart from the things that are doing evil stuff.
You still do cool shit though. Like, I've seen you literally hit a man with somebody else's arm that has recently been detached. That's pretty badass. Please, they were attacking guys. It's chill. They can't be like, don't hold this against us.
Or yeah, like the time when the king was possessed by a devil, and I caved his head in with like one of his devil guards, and I've got his helmet, and then the prince said I could keep it.
You know,
it was like the time when we were fighting.
Everything you're saying is very out of context and is just going to get you into more trouble.
It's funny when someone else does it, isn't it?
But if we didn't do it though, then the devil that was inside the king would have like done really bad things. So we did really good things.
Look, we have decided to become a bit of an adventuring party, and we have recently been dealing with a threat. We've managed to sort out that threat, but these events of what have transpired, you know the same.
Well, yeah, that's why we're working.
Like you an adventurer.
Well, that's why we're working with Gladys.
I can hear the grumble, but
you can. It's whether or not Michael's deciding whether or not he's going to speak up, because I was very nearly about to drop all three names, and then you went and said we worked with them.
Okay. So I guess the question is, Gorgor, do you want to learn more nature magic?
If it's the stuff like the things you've already been teaching me, then yeah, because I think it's really cool.
Oh, definitely. I'm sure they'll be able to be, you'll find your people that way. That's not what we're looking for, right? Is to find where we fit in.
Well, the people I used to live with kicked me out when I started using the magic book because they said a lot of mean things about me for using it, and that I shouldn't have used it, and I was evil, and that I was like other things I don't remember, and then I was never to come back or they'd kill me. It was a lot.
See, people will try and put you down every day. They will say that you are messing with things that you shouldn't be messing with, and try and fit you into their lives and their boxes and be so strict. But that is just because they are frightened of what you could be become, and not in an evil way, but as in a way of they will not be able to control you anymore.
Yeah,
Don't listen to them.
Well, it was like my auntie Glenda. She put down my goblin before when I had it as a pet, so I know what you mean.
I meant more with people telling you that and saying nasty names because you decided to pick up a book.
Oh.
It's because you're easier to control if you don't have knowledge, if you don't have power.
Oh.
Knowledge.
This is it. I think we're all, well, most of us are in a similar kind of bag where we have literally been told our entire lives that either we're idiots or that we have the potential to become evil or that we are evil and they try
Uh,
to burn us at a stake. And do you
not
know what I mean? It's
not
just,
me.
well, you have literally been sent on a bit of a fool's errand, Paladin Dave. Like,
What
you all
do I say
have.
that when we find the golden nugget?
I don't even think it exists, but this is it. Prove me wrong. Your truth is your own. Do you know what I mean? And when people are sitting there, Gorgor, and telling you and saying all those hurtful things, it's because they are so afraid of getting outside of their own box, of liking something different, of upsetting the status quo. They aren't willing to take a chance, and that's their decision. Don't make it yours. Be your very best. And I think you're on your way as well. So whatever kind of magic you want to learn, it's up
Okay.
to you. Don't listen to the naysayers. And magic isn't inherently evil. People are.
Oh, yeah, I know. Like, the magic I've learned is really good, and we've done a lot of cool things with it. It's like the people that when we, like, after, oh, I don't know what his name was. Did he give me his name? The person that said they were coming to dinner here later as well when we left. Because they were asking me about my magic and stuff as well.
Wait, there were other people?
As we left the house during last session, there was the people that spoke to us outside. It's those he's referencing.
Right, okay.
Yeah, because they said they'd speak to us here when they came back.
Okay. Well, that's the point, isn't it? Magic in whoever's hands. It's just like a weapon of any means. Do you know what I mean? It's like, excuse me, like a crossbow. In one person's hand, it's a deterrent. In another's, it's a murder weapon. It just depends on the wielder. I think you have to decide whether you're going to use magic for good or for bad. Whether you're going to be good or bad.
Well, it's been fun shutting all the demon portals down, so, and that's good, right?
I think so.
I like doing that because then there's no more like evil monkeys attacking things. Because I remember their blood tasted not nice. It nearly made me puke a little bit.
Yeah, I think we just need to solve the demon problem as well, because we don't want them overrunning because there's no control of the population.
Because
we've got to do two things.
Because that's what broke the old town where we came in, and then they had to make a new town, and then maybe they can go back to the old one if we fix it.
Definitely. But I think we're getting really far away from the conversation, though I am enjoying it. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, we're here to speak to Daimburt and then for dinner, and then maybe talk to the other people, and then see what happens. And I was hoping, obviously, you could help me, but you seem to have different magic. Although, if you're willing to teach me that, then that would be good too.
I can, at the very least, humor you and conversate with you, though what it sounds like you might want a more dedicated expert.
Right.
And less of a survivalist.
Which is the people in Luster?
Luster?
Yeah.
Yes, well, let's have a meal. I'm happy to tell you whatever you wish to know that I can't help, obviously, but...
Yeah, and he'll kind of put the wine into the guy's hands. And I bought this because I wanted to make a impression. Yeah, I wanted to make sure we were good.
Ah, thank you. It's been a while since I've had this flavor.
Yeah. They had some time travel wine as well, but Flynn told me not to get that one.
Oh, that stuff is amazing. I would not recommend it if you are on contract for anything, but everyone should have that once.
Oh. We'll have to go back and get it then. But yeah, if like he's like essentially the servant guides us to the like dining room stuff, we'll be guided.
Yeah, what was that?
The time travel
dragon
wine, the dragon's breath
Yes.
rum, yeah. Apparently,
Oh,
don't drink
that
it on the
doesn't
job,
work.
but apparently it's good.
Bro, I'll have to try it sometime.
Well, this
Yeah.
guy is also 8 feet tall and more muscle and fur than man. His tolerance might be different from some of the party's tolerance.
So we go and sit down and imagine wait for the other people to turn up, the ones that we all know as species the sus.
Yep. You're seated around. He, kind of does what he can.
Yeah. Really nice.
Yeah.
Really pretty in here. And the food smells really good too. Wait, was that? And this is talking to the servanty person. So how long before it is done? Because Flynn hasn't eaten all day and he might get gassy if he doesn't eat.
I'll be fine.
Are you sure?
Food should be along momentarily, good sir. Please just make yourself comfortable and be careful.
Yes, I will.
Okay.
We sit down, wait,
E.
minor bits of small talk I had.
Yeah.
And as you guys are, he does mention obviously he is simply staying at a friend's house. This is not his house. He's somewhat on the job at the moment.
Mhm.
Oh, so it's lucky we found you then, because yeah, we had to go to a couple of different places before finding here.
The job you're on wouldn't happen to have anything to do with the so-called angel that's flying around here.
It might. I'm not entirely certain. I'm simply. I mean, based on the look of you all, you're of similar background.
Mm-hmm.
I simply travel, explore, assist on occasion. I'm living here temporarily as security to an extent for a friend. Like, I'm simply just enjoying the company of friends here, but there's benefit in me being here to them, obviously.
Yeah, you're doing like work for them, so but you're having fun, so that's good.
I sit in this big empty house all day, eat what I want, drink what I want, sleep when I want. And if anything bad happens, it's my job to take care of it. And that's my job until that's not my job anymore, from the sounds of it.
Mm-hmm.
So if there is something dangerous in the region, I'll probably have to deal with it at some point if it comes our way, but as long as it's not on our doorstep knocking on our door, it's somebody else's problem.
Well, hopefully we find it and stop it before then, because it's already outside. Because apparently it's around the town and causing problems to people and causing them to change and things.
What details do you have on the thing?
This is where I'd insert a Flynn maybe speak up, and or you're gonna let Gorgor explain it.
About what we're dealing with here.
Yeah.
We'll pass on what information we do have, which is admittedly not a lot. We know that there's apparently something around that's been affecting the mood of the town, and supposedly this large winged creature has been seen flying over the town a few times. Larger than can be considered just a small, but like an overly large bird. Some sort of monster, from what we've heard, or angel, by other accounts.
Are you certain on the word angel?
It's what they called it. But the last time someone called something an angel, apparently it turned out to be a devil.
I will repeat whatever terms we were given. I will repeat to him.
I simply ask because you two, and he motions loosely towards the Dave pile.
Hmm.
You might be
Indeed,
more
indeed.
familiar with this, but I noticed some oddly blessed ground nearby, just outside of town a little ways. Just on my... For safety's sake, I've obviously done a few laps. That was when you came calling the first time. I was patrolling the outskirts of town just in case. I'm not in charge of guarding the whole town, but it helps to know the lay of the land in case you have to make a quick escape or anything.
Hmm.
And very oddly, there's some it's... The only thing I can think to call it is hallowed.
How different does the ground look compared to the rest of the area?
Well, it doesn't look that different, but it feels different, smells different. Are you not familiar with magic beyond looking at it?
Yes, but I just wonder if it's been covered up or not.
No, it's just a magical presence. And it's near some ruins, so...
I see if you give us directions, we could have a look into it.
I would advise extreme caution given how bizarre it is, but... Beyond that...
I do appreciate the warning. And...
Just, I would advise caution, obviously, since it's...
Yeah.
That's high-level magic and it's bizarre magic.
Of course. It's probably something that it needs attention, but with a lot of caution. Has there been any other unusual sightings around that particular area?
Well, like I said, the ground seems hollowed, which is already interesting, curious.
Would probably be our next step.
And it's around ruins, so it might be related to the ruins. Again, my job is more defensive than offensive, so I didn't want to pick any fights.
How far away was that dungeon we stayed in originally?
Are you on about the one where the T-Rex was outside, or the one at Ibble?
Also, where the T-Rex was. I think a couple of days.
That was the one before we got to the mercenary camp on the hills. That was...
It's in the hills southeast of town.
Like there-ish.
T-Rex was like here, dungeon was like here.
Yeah.
Roughly. You guys did follow, like... If I recall the party, it was, we are leaving until we don't know the T-Rex exists anymore.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, if you give us the rough direction, we'll check it out at least.
Well, yeah, because if it's probably what's been causing the problem, then it's worth us going and having a look, then, isn't it? So we can like see what's wrong.
Exactly.
Do at any point during the meal the other people turn up that said they would?
Well, no, they were a separate faction. They weren't guests of this house.
No, but I thought they were coming back later, sort of thing, and that's what they said, wasn't it? Or did I mistake that?
It might have been a misconstrue.
Okay, that's fine.
Like, they weren't saying they were coming to this house to eat dinner with you later. It was more of a general,
Okay.
we'll see you around and we should have dinner together sometime.
Got it.
And then no plans were actually made or locations were set.
Got it. Okay, that's fine.
But given you just made plans with Daimburt, it might have been
Yeah.
easily assumed.
Yeah, no, that's fair. It's alright, because, like I said, that's all I was just kind of like half, like, expecting them to turn up, and I was like, oh, where are they? Never
Basically,
mind.
it's canon for Gorgor to think everyone's just going to meet him at the same place.
Yeah, pretty much. It's the problem when you're in Gorgo Brain, you take everything as it is. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, no, Gorgo will enjoy the rest of the meal and stuff, and unless Daimburt, like, has offered at least some basic fucking help. If he makes any arrangements for that, that's great, and if not, then I'll go to people Lustry, that place in the west.
That would be the best place to learn more of magic, especially learned magic, if that was your goal.
Yeah. I just want to become stronger and better, and like the book's been doing like a lot of things, and then as long as I can get stronger and better, then the better it is, and then everyone's happy.
Mhm.
It seems meals are had. Again, yeah, he does just reaffirm, yeah, Leicester's the place. Like, technically this is a lord's manor as well.
Yeah.
Kind of a country lord, not a city lord, if the difference matters to you, but obviously, like, they're just out in the middle of nowhere. They got their nice place. They just kind of live a lot less political oriented. Yeah, it's hard to say. Depending on what you want, obviously. Yeah, I would check that out if that was what your interests were.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is there anything I'm missing? I feel like I might be, but
Well, no, because usually the I've been using the book to find people whenever I need help, and I needed help getting stronger this time, and obviously you were the person that we was able to find, and I just want to make sure that I can be I can stay the best magic person there is, because I've always got to get better.
now I have so many questions that I'm simply withholding, but I'm just going to humor you for a moment here.
What questions have you
So
got?
this book magically intuits what you want or what you need, correct? And just takes you to the right place at the right time?
Well, when I need something, I usually find a name or a person in it, and then that's usually the answer to my question, yeah.
So if you said you need a bath and you opened the book, it would take you to a bathhouse, right?
Probably, yeah. I mean, like, when we went to the bath today, like, everyone was able to read our minds and tell us where we needed to go before we even stopped and asked them.
Probably because we were upwind at the time, but
Ignoring everything wrong with what you just said.
he tends to just find, if he needs something, he tends to find a name in the book and then keep asking until he finds said person, and then they can help with whatever he needs.
Hashtag
Just-
sage background.
just humor me here. He told the book he wanted to become stronger, not better at magic, not wiser, but stronger.
You're better at magic.
You've been saying stronger pretty consistently open-endedly.
Oh,
I think he's just using the same words.
well, yeah.
But yes, stronger's probably the thing. Stronger with his magic.
Yeah.
If he accidentally misspoke and simply told this magic mind-reading book that he wanted to become stronger, and it happened to take him to myself, one of the stronger names likely in that book, could it be that there was a miscommunication between the book and the user?
But you said you know how to do some things with magic, so no, you like I could probably learn some of the cool things you do.
Does anybody want to help him?
I don't think we can, to be honest.
Just did somebody follow my point?
Do you know where this book actually came to be?
Well, it was with the spell book, the magic book. I got them as well as the robes and the cool hat with the feathers. Because just as a reminder, I am wearing the fucking guy's clothes as well.
I do have a quick question, Gorgor, and yourself, anybody actually. How do you know what a name's a name's, Gorgor? And not just words, jumbled up words.
Well, because they're usually the bigger ones in the book, and then someone will tell me what it means.
So it seems like they're intended to jump out the page at you from somebody that,
Yeah?
if this is his journal, it wouldn't have done the same for him. He would know exactly who these people are. Does the book talk to you, Gorgor, like talk? Like I'm doing to you now? Do you hear it?
I don't think so. I'm gonna put the magic book on the table, the magic person finder book on the table. You talk.
Yes.
I'm so tempted to telepathically speak to him.
I had to hold back then. That's my secret character all along.
And like he'll kind of just like intently stare at the book for a minute.
All right, Mr. Book Charrington, this is your moment.
Book Charrington.
Once upon a time. No.
No, I don't think so. Either that or it's whispering and I can't hear it.
I just mean it.
Like,
I have been thinking it for, past couple of days that
I turned
you found the names in there.
Like,
Sorry?
I turned to the cleric and just like, whenever the multitude of times that you've cast detect magic, has that ever lit up?
A couple of times. I haven't been able
Say
to
what now?
look at it properly though.
So it
Is that actually real, DM? Can I ask out of character?
That's
Has he
what
actually
I'm
seen it, or
checking.
is it?
Is that book actually magic? Is the question I was asking, because we're going down a thing of, is he just opening a person's diary and happening across the page that he needs at the right time, or is there some magic involved?
And he knows that those are names, despite not being able to read.
Now that is entirely upon Ash, because the only reason why he's got this is because he's got the sage background, and it's like the ability of however she's flavouring it is her own, whether it's as Gorgor thinks it is or actually is. I don't know.
Magic sentient book. Leave it to Ash, though.
Oh, there we go.
Now, here's the problem. You're asking Cleric Dave this question, who had already begun answering before I said any words. And he did not ask the GM whether or not it's lit up, so at this point he is talking entirely by the seat of his pants, so to speak. At which point I can no longer help dig him out of the hole. He's just going to have to figure it out himself. I do know whether or not the book is magical.
Okay, now think real hard about this. Is that book specifically magical? Not the one that he's cast spells from, but that one in particular.
Yeah, because I do believe, Adam, you're referring to the spell book, not the journal-like person, like diary thing. The little black, the little
stuff.
He has 3 books.
Yes.
That
What?
was
Yeah. There's
Right,
one that
no,
actually
no,
one that actually casts magic, one that has magic in it but he doesn't know how to use, and one that just has names in.
Okay, may I Google?
Yeah.
Just do you remember from memory from seeing it a billion times?
Well, he started talking, at which point my brain assumed he's mixed up the books, and he's just like, I remember seeing Gorgor with magic books. I'm just gonna assume it's that one.
I'll cast Detect Magic instantly.
Wait,
yes.
You've just been told not to cast magic in the magic person's home. He said to.
That's why I asked you.
Do you remember?
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Oh
Not
dear.
That was
not
RP.
that particular bit.
That was RP for. Do you want to roll a history check?
Yeah. Do you want to ask the DM? Do I remember?
Why is it whenever I try and tell someone in an RP way to make a roll, they don't fucking bother?
Because Adam's not used to it yet, bless him.
Yeah.
Neither is Liam. I don't know why I try it with these two. I
I'll remember then.
Adam, may I please have a dexterity saving throw at this point?
I need bloody something.
Just to dodge the well-targeted fireball that's only on him.
As you make a singular motion to even begin considering casting magic, a dagger lands right between 2 of your fingers, narrowly missing both of them.
Please tell me you missed.
Between, not through, not...
Yeah, I know.
No blood is drawn, but...
Yeah, I'm turning to wherever that came from, and please tell me you missed.
I assume
I
it
was
came from
being
Daimburt.
polite. While I do understand that it would make natural sense to try and problem solve this in the moment, had you given me warning, I definitely would have. However, it is still something... Going back to the crossbow example, except with magic, any spell could be any spell unless you can identify them, which usually requires training in the arcane. No matter, even if it is a divine school, it still would require training in the arcane to just understand the gestures being made. So, while you might know that you're casting a spell in particular, and your friends might know what spell you are likely to be casting,
not everybody else around does.
I could guess that you're supposed to be casting a spell, but if I assumed everyone was casting the spell they're supposed to be casting, well, let's say there's a door-to-door salesman offering to appraise an item for me, and suddenly my house is on fire.
May I then, with your permission?
Yes, just keep in mind I have more daggers.
And just chuck the big back at Gorgo. Forget it.
You can cast it from here. You don't need to.
Nah, Clary's there. You just like, nah, ain't worth it. Just hand to go back to Gorgo.
I'll put the book by my ear.
Point something out. Just 1 second.
Okay.
Before you do decide to do this. You'd literally done 99% of it.
You were literally there and then decided at the last moment because you got a stern telling. No.
It's just, while you're in somebody else's house and you're casting magic, just say, oh, can I cast Detect Magic to see if it's magical?
Yeah.
You literally got to that point.
You have the permission to cast Detect Magic if you wish.
He's decided not to because of that.
And that is similarly the problem with trying to cast Guidance in the King's Throne Room, because wielding magic in the King's Throne Room, suddenly 7 crossbow bolts that you didn't even know were there are in your neck.
Yeah.
Because you might be an assassin casting Fireball.
Yeah.
Oh, completely understandable.
I'm gonna put the book to my ear and have a listen. Does
You're
it speak?
fine.
Does it
Well-
speak to me?
Not at the moment.
It is either quiet, asleep, or doesn't talk. I will put it away.
Right.
I'm just seeing if I've got anything, if I can do anything for this, but I'm afraid I don't have talk with books or speak with books.
There's
You have
mutton.
speak plants.
I'm about to say, I have
I have speak with
suggestions.
plants, but I think it's
It's
still
it's
a
technically
We
a
need to
dead.
combine.
It's technically a dead
Speak with
plant.
plants. Okay.
As I say,
Speak with
someone
dead,
between
speak with plants.
Yeah, speak with plants.
It
and
commands from a druid.
speak with dead, and yeah, speak with dead at the same time. Technically, you speak with dead
Look,
plants.
if there was a spell, speak with books, do you not think that Cass would have had it? Like,
I mean, it is an interesting concept.
Yeah, that's basically.
There is a spell to do
not,
that.
That's not
It's
speak
called
with-
reading.
Actually, that's not speak. Gorgo tries to cast it and fails
No,
all the
it's
time.
what Liam just fucking said then that was killed me. There is a speak with book spell, it's called reading.
I think that's it's not a spell.
No, the spell would be narrate.
That's fucking great.
Is Gorg going to learn speak with books by the end of the campaign?
Rose is already trying to
Hopefully.
yeah, Luffy's already trying to teach him.
Holy fucking shit, that's good.
Oh dear.
But,
Oh my god.
so will you?
Yeah, I think Liam just came in with
After
the
all
pen
that.
there.
The thing is, Liam's quiet and does fucking Liam noises for like 2 hours. And then he'll just drop one line of gold and then goes back to Liam noises.
I think that's the thing. The kind of Liam noises outweighs the gold sometimes. So it's
Yeah, but then
like,
it
oh, that was
catches you.
kinda
It catches
good,
you
but-
actually sideways
Oh,
though
yeah.
because you don't expect
no.
it.
Here's the thing, though. More than likely, he drops more than just one piece of gold during the session. He just forgets he's muted whenever he goes.
That is a good point as well. That is a valid
true.
point. I wonder how much knowledge bombs have been missed because of a stray fucking microphone.
So now that the cleric has decided he's not going to cast detect magic because he got told off, what are we doing? Are we
Well, we
continuing
can-
on having
Well,
dinner?
we gotta finish. You gotta finish your plate because it's rude to not eat all of it. But we can have a look
Oh.
at. We can talk to the book later and see if it talks back. But
Actually, it's not rude to finish a meal, and when people force you to eat your meals, it's developing bad eating habits, apparently. But
Oi.
it is still delicious.
well, it makes the chef
we are very
unhappy, so
thankful.
it is rude.
Hmm. Was your mother a good cook by any chance?
Yeah, it was really good.
There you go. I just mean, I've worked in kitchens before. They don't really mind. Actually, most of the food that you don't have goes back to the kitchen so that they can eat it. Because they're
Well,
probably.
yeah.
I don't know how you look after your
Uh,
servants, but
I don't think everyone has servants or are servants.
oh, did you keep this meal? Oh, I've seen servants. There's a server here somewhere.
Yeah, you're the one that answered the door to us.
Yes, what I'm saying is not all. You sounded like you were saying everyone is either a master or a servant.
Oh no! I mean, I was a servant. I've told you guys right that I used to be a servant. I
First
realise
time
I have not. Okay.
Yes.
Used to be a servant in the place that I used to work at when they'd have these big fancy meals.
So it's a 0.
Anything that didn't get eaten at the table would be taken back and given to the servants to eat. So it was like a treat, you know? You spent all that time cooking this lovely meal, and whatever was left, you would get to have. Because most of the time, you don't really eat tremendously, because you can't really afford it on a servant's budget, you know?
Mhm.
You would eat and you would be comfortable because you had a job, but it wouldn't be like fancy foods.
Sweet. But
Sorry?
so yeah, we eat all the food and we make sure that we leave nothing behind because that is the good thing to do, though. And then, if there's nothing else at Daimburt you can help us with, then I guess we'll go and maybe try and talk with my book and see if we can get any answers out of it, or check out the smelly ground, or like that you said that was outside town. You said it was hollow?
Holy.
Yeah, it was.
Or
Well, isn't that the same as hollow? Because it's like got nothing inside.
It's a little hollow.
They mean holy as in touched by the gods.
Oh.
Not.
Do you find it funny that I mean, Paladin Dave just said no, it's empty. And he's on about holiness. So,
Mhm.
But
are
we'll
you okay?
well, yeah, we'll finish our food, go and talk to the book, and then go and look at the ground that God smeared.
Maybe that tomorrow, due to the fact that it is what
Oh.
time is it? About early evening, I'm guessing, about 9 o'clock or something. If we've
not
been
quite
eating
sundown,
a meal.
but
Okay.
yeah,
What time of year is it? What season are we in?
autumn.
Oh, lovely.
Has been mentioned before.
I know, I'd forgotten. I do apologise.
Does
Look,
Zelby not have
I'm-
proficiency in pumpkin spice?
Mm.
No, she's not really a gourd girl, to be honest. Oh my god, no, I hated myself then saying that. But what was I going to say? Look, yeah, like I can't remember everything about every campaign. I can only conspiracy theory about 2 campaigns at a time. So let me have Danny's and Michael's. I can't do every single one. Okay?
Rose, you conspiracy theory your own campaign.
Look, I did it once, okay?
You literally brought in an NPC to then conspiracy theory because we weren't conspiracy theorying.
Well, you weren't doing anything. You were literally not going to follow the plot. Look, guys, it's a DM trick. Bring in an NPC so you can talk to your people. It works. What was I saying anyway? But yeah, maybe we should do it in the morning because I don't really want to be going outside of town when the sun's going down.
Okay. So what we can do is we can go and drink the time travel rum, and then
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like it
so-
will answer all of our problems and resolve some of our
Mhm.
what's the word? Tension and
Mhm.
turmoil within the party.
Yeah.
I can
Alcohol
tell
is
that
never the
Paladin
answer.
Dave's trying to say something. What are you trying to say?
Alcohol's never the answer.
I'm sorry, what is the answer then?
I don't know.
I'm pretty
How
sure.
do you know it's not alcohol?
But it
Because I'm,
isn't.
because I'm pretty sure he's of the school of thought that alcohol may not be the answer, but it does raise some interesting questions.
That is true. I would agree with that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't mean it as in like a negative thing. I just mean that more so. Just don't throw out offhand comments if you can't back them up sometimes, especially when we're in the company of others, Paladin Dave. They might think
Mm.
you just say alcohol's not the answer, and then they're like, oh, do you not drink? Are you a non-drinker? Are you a non-drinker? I've seen you drink, actually. Never mind.
Yes.
I just meant more it will loosen our tongues a little bit and help us to enjoy each other's company for once.
Mm.
Rather than half the party thinking the
Yeah.
other half of the party is idiots or half the party disagreeing with the other party. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're all friends here, so it'll help us
Yes.
to loosen up a little. So, back to the tavern to drink time travel wine. Let's do it.
yeah,
We finish off the meal.
no, like
Further small talk.
yeah. Thank you for like
I would
letting
leave
us.
some behind.
Thank you for
Sorry,
letting
carry
us
on,
come
Danny.
by and like talk with you, Daimburt. Though it was good. It was helpful. Hello.
Ah, yes, I.
Sorry, let me just reboot. Yep.
I do believe that was interesting. Still odd. I would just be careful. I'm not saying don't do anything. I'm not saying don't seek help. And I'm avoiding asking so many questions. But
Well, if you want to ask questions, you can ask.
I'm afraid of the answers. I do not want the answers to them.
Oh, well, they're not good. The answers aren't gonna like hurt you. They don't. It's okay. The answer's not scary, just words.
Mhm.
I go on.
I was about to say he's sometimes too gentle of a soul for his own good.
I do wish you all the best of luck, and I hope you find whatever it is you need.
Okay.
Well, we'll be in the tavern for the next few nights while we look into this bird thing. Do you want us to update you anything about that the hallowed ground that you'd found?
I don't think I need it. I should be here for a while yet, but either you handle the problem, and I don't have to think about it, or you don't handle the problem, and I hopefully don't have to think about it.
If it becomes a possible threat to you, we'll let you know. Otherwise, just assume it's dealt with.
Yeah, that's as long as it's not specifically headed my way, I could honestly care less. And even if it is dealt with, there's a myriad of problems in the countryside, so I'll likely be here either way.
Mm-hmm. Well then, best of luck to you, and thank you for the fine meal and company.
Much appreciated to just have people with, because I would have been here either way. But
So, let's go. Thank you, Fib. So yeah, let's go back to the tavern then. Leave the rest of the wine and then yes, you head out. Unless anyone stops behind or wants to do any sneaky business. We leave Gabriel with Daimburt, by the way. Can be a nice cleaning bot, I don't know.
We just
what it is, when Gabriel boots up,
it was an animated piece.
it's an automaton that, and basically the servants hired it for like a few copper just to give a hand around the house later.
ah, yes, what a useful automaton you've left us with. It's much appreciated. We'll get it installed with a security chip and shooting bolt should be good.
Hell yeah.
That's it. Right then. Continuing on.
Yeah, you guys go back to the tavern. And then you wanted to drink the wine, I believe, correct?
Yes.
They did. That is something they wanted to do.
Are you guys sharing it as a group? Is anyone not partaking?
I won't be.
Nope.
I will be.
Why? Yeah, why not?
So
Because I don't want to waste a day.
But we're only drinking like a little bit, so we should only go a little bit.
Yeah, be conservative. Just see what it's like.
I will.
We'll see what it's like from its effects on you.
Oh, all right. He doesn't want to have fun.
I'm good. I want to drink,
Really.
but I want to drink some, and
Yeah,
I think,
some alcohol.
I think Dave wants to have a look at my magic person finder book, so I'm going to be drinking while he does that, and I want to see what it's like, because it says that
You gonna drink, Dave?
Well, it says it's dragon breath rum, but but how is breath liquid? Unless that's spit. Is it dragon spit?
Oh, I think when you breathe out, like little bits of water kind of come out with it, but it's very, very, very little.
Oh, that must be a lot of breathing.
Probably. What about the Daves? Are you going to partake?
yeah.
The other one said no about the same time I did.
Oh, I missed that bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure he can be convinced.
Oh no, it's right. If he doesn't want to, he doesn't want to. Not got to peer pressure. Come on, guys, let's Can we grab some glasses, please?
Well, we don't need a glass. Just and I'll open the bottle and just take a swig out of the bottle. Look, you just drink from it like that.
Oh.
What?
I don't want your wash back.
Well, you won't have my wash because it was washed at the bath. It's fine.
Yeah, but you just spat into it.
No, I didn't.
Your spit went
I
in.
didn't. I drank from it.
Did any of it go back into the bottle that had just been in your mouth?
No.
You owe me 10 gold, Gorgo. I'm severely disappointed.
Okay. Did you not want any?
No, not if you put your mouth all around it. Look, I know.
Mentally, I about to say mentally.
it's how much
I
it
pass
costs?
Yeah. Mentally, I pass
Sorry?
over to Dan. I say, says the woman covered in spiders and other critters.
Yeah, but they're clean.
Are they? And you don't know that I said this?
No.
They had a bath.
Yeah.
The hat
You didn't know
did,
what we
though.
got up to. Yeah, because they did. Anyway, I can't hear this, so I
No,
can't
no.
defend myself. I just mean, Gorgor, when we met you, you were cursed. Like, could you not understand why I would be a bit reluctant to drink out of something that you had just spat into?
But I've not spat into it. I just
You did
drank
though.
from.
You put your. There is
Well,
no way
this
for
is
you
sort-
to just.
Presentation around the top. There you go, all clean.
See, it's all clean, and so it don't matter anyway. But it saves like getting glasses and stuff when you can just drink from it. That's what you're meant to do.
Oh no, this is wine. I was going to go and get glasses so that we wouldn't have to spit back into it. I don't know why just prestidigitation would have worked.
I didn't
But-
spit in it. I drank from it.
You're not. What I'm trying to say is that when you drink from it, you then would wash back into it. So stuff that had just been in your mouth has gone back into it. Like, I don't see why you're all judging me over having something about that. You know, we all have our little quirks and whatnot, but I just would suggest maybe in the future, if you're going to share something that somebody else has bought, maybe wait for them to do it their way rather than putting your mouth and spitting back into it. Like, I don't think I'm being unreasonable here.
I'm just wondering how far into this conversation till Gorgo starts tripping.
Yeah, oh god, yeah, that's a fair point.
I've been enjoying the ticking clock. I wanted to the conversation at least have its peace.
I was going to say, the conversation is going to loop about 20 times because Gorgo didn't spit in it. But I'm just not going to actually go through the motions.
Yeah, just each time that Gorgor comes back to the point he's trying to make of it's fine.
It would take 2 times before Lovey just goes upstairs and just like, you guys have it, it's fine. Like, it's okay. And we'll just go upstairs to her room.
I assume we were in the rooms anyway. Or did
Oh,
I?
no, she wouldn't have... I thought we were downstairs in the tavern.
I mean, it doesn't matter either way.
room.
Gorgo?
Either way, you guys.
Yeah, I was about to say,
So
I'd
it's
just say-
then Gorgor and Paladin Dave left with the bottle of wine, or
Mhm.
rum rather.
Yeah.
Yay.
Are you
Well-
guys splitting the bottle 50-50, or are you each just having a swig?
Well, the plan was to only have like probably like, I don't know, like 10% of it maybe. That's a
Yeah,
little bit. Like, if we were just going to drink it, we'd drink the whole thing, but
there's a little bit of time travel for us.
yeah.
That's a large amount.
Tried to work out that if the whole bottle's a day, then a couple of good mouthfuls should get us time travel to tomorrow morning, maybe.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the party, you do wake up a tangible chunk before Gorgor and Paladin Dave do, after having spent your nights resting.
And
And
I was going to say, for the
Go ahead.
sake of Liam, if you want to just mark in your inventory, you've probably got, like, what, about 2/3 of a bottle of that wine, whatever.
Okay, I will do it.
Because if we drank a good couple mouthfuls each, it's probably about 1/3 of the bottle between us, I'd say, guess.
Yeah, so we got 2/3 left.
Yeah. So go on, Ash, sorry.
Alright, and how many rooms did you guys get? Were you all just sharing like 2 rooms, or?
I actually can't remember that. I
think we were a show.
think so, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna assume here, but Cleric Dave, you don't know where Paladin Dave is. He's just not in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Gorgor can be heard snoring from your rooms, despite being in the middle of the tavern at the moment.
I have a quick question before we go any further. Has anyone told Ash about the first time that Liam's character got drunk in my very first campaign?
I don't think so.
I feel like it's repeated itself. Danny and Michael and Liam will know what I'm on about.
Oh, you know about when he got pissed on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Look, that sounds really strange. He fell asleep outside a tavern because he got super, super drunk and woke up when somebody decided to relieve themselves outside. He didn't get peed on, he just smelled that way because he wasn't very clean. But yes, literally. Just bearing that in mind.
Oh yeah, there were
Fair
like 5
enough.
private roles and 1 public role.
Good.
But yeah, so Cleric Dave, you wake up to Paladin Dave just missing, and everyone who is awake right now can just hear Gorgor from down the hall and a room over.
I'll head down to Gorgor's room to see if I can find him.
If you follow the sound of the snoring, Gorgor is in the midst of the tavern, and Paladin Dave is not in Gorgor's room.
God damn it. I'll try to shake Gorgor awake.
Roll a strength check.
I'm probably stepping out of the room at this point and just seeing him do this, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good.
You are trying to push Gorgor just enough to wake him, and you slip on some fluid on the floor.
Hey.
Roll a dexterity saving throw. Do not be on your ass.
No.
Gorgor P.
Well, either that or Paladin Dave goop.
You do manage to catch your hand on the table, but your legs are spread a little wide, and it's not very comfortable.
God damn it.
There is a knocked over
allowed-
glass next to Gorgor sleeping on the table.
Are you allowed to say that?
Shut up. It seems Paladin Dave seems to be missing.
You've made sure that they're not making beef this morning, right?
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh no.
Been beefed.
oh look. This chicken just gets him just to check.
You're actually gonna check, okay.
Yeah.
Oven there.
Any sign of Paladin Dave in the kitchen.
And on that question, I think we'll end the second.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Liam, do you know where you are?
Nope.
Next time,
Well-
request for Paladin Dave.
All right, next campaign.
Okay.
What?
It's bloody brilliant, is what it is. It's just like he doesn't know where he is.
And
we don't
all
know where-
this-
Maybe he
and-
did go tomorrow.
And all this because Lovey didn't drink the wine.
Oh no, there is a
Because-
roll that I have for how many hours beyond the normal he is sleeping in, or both of you would have slept in if not awoken.
Ah.
Which Gorkor is still very heavily, mostly asleep. Like that 3 strength check, the most Cleric Dave did was make some noise.
We probably, the most he did was nearly push himself over.
Yeah.
Like I said, she would have drank.
But I think that's a
Should've
great
been-
place to leave it with that nice air of mystery.
Yeah.
Where is Paladin Dave?
I take it there's nothing in the kitchen though.
I mean, there's the kitchen, and there's the early staff that are just kind of like glaring at you and over your shoulder, but
Mhm.
you don't spot Paladin Dave in your cursory glance unless you're gonna like force your way in and start throwing open cabinets while they're yelling at you.
What to make for breakfast?
You don't know, you're still asleep.
What does
Okay.
Cloud Dave see for breakfast?
Oh, please say he's in a barrel somewhere.
Yeah. On that
Yeah.
note, we're going to say goodbye to YouTube.
Bye, YouTube.
YouTube channel.
Bye.
YouTube.
Egg